Remind me.
Don't say anything bad. So, never live. Don't say anything bad. That's not original. When they started the show.
Hello and welcome to this presentation of Highland Hawks football live from Gilbert, Arizona. It is JV Week 1 of the high school football season 2019. Joining you in the booth tonight, Peyton Gallagher and Alex Gall, and the third member of our crew tonight will be Jack Johnson down working his sources down on the sidelines. Peyton, we're going to have a good one tonight. The Highland Hawks play host to the Desert Ridge Jaguars, and we've got a good one coming up here from Highland High School.
Yeah, Alex, this time of year you just want to finally strap on the pads, pop the helmets on, and hit somebody that's not on your own team. I'm sure these JV guys are ready to get rolling. Obviously, Highland, the main varsity team, will play tomorrow night against Alhambra, but right now, just a little taste of football to get us going. Whet the appetite for the big one tomorrow.
And you can catch that game right here tomorrow night on the Highland Hawks YouTube page. And we'll have that call for you. The same crew, same place. Tomorrow night, Week 1, Highland and Alhambra. Highland will kick off this game. Highland ready to kick off. Two back deep for Desert Ridge. And the 2019 JV football season is underway. Fielded about the 15-yard line, trying to work the right side up the field. Finds a hole up to the 35-yard line. He's still going and falls forward at about the 35-yard line. That's where Desert Ridge will start their drive.
Nice little return there from Jacob Gomez as he brings it back. Found a hole, was able to fight forward for a few extra yards at the end, and we'll get our first look at this Jaguars offense.
First game of the season, Peyton. You think these players have some jitters out there?
Just a little bit, right at the start, but as soon as you get that first nice hit in, everything goes away.
Desert Ridge comes out, a three wide receiver set, two to the left, one slot left, one receiver to the right into pistol formation. Handoff off the pistol, breaks through the middle, and a good gain on 1st and 10. Up past the 40-yard line.
That one, Alex, a straight power concept. Daniel Miller, the H-back, leading the way. Nice blocking across the board by the interior lineman of the Jaguars.
So it'll be second and short. Looks about like 4 yards. And low snap, fumbled, and Highland will jump on that one. And it's a loss of 3 on 2nd and 4.
Well, that's what you expect with the JV game. Some of the smaller intricacies of the game, things you don't necessarily think about because they're automatic at the higher levels, varsity and such. Things like snaps, those oftentimes go awry at this level, and that's why they're playing here right now, so they can fix those little intricacies, as looks like it's going to be a 3rd and long here for Desert Ridge.
Two back set for Desert Vista. They're going to throw this time, looking deep towards the left side of the field, going up for it, and it looks like he's going to come down with it. Fantastic reception for Desert Vistas, and it's a fantastic 1st and 10 for Desert Ridge.
Right there, the DB just got turned around. Cole Rude, the safety in that deep cover, too, couldn't get his head around in time. The receiver was able to go up and make a nice play, eating off the defender's helmet there, snagging that one in the 50-50 ball situation.
Robert White, the quarterback for Desert Ridge, and they'll have a 1st and 10. Their first play now inside Highland territory from the 30-yard line.
May go back to the well here and take a shot at the end zone, capitalize on momentum.
Takes the handoff through the middle, quickly taken down at the line of scrimmage. And a really good tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and it's a no gain.
Instant penetration coming off the blitz. Run blitz on there for Highland as they anticipated that play well and stopped it for no gain, maybe half a foot on the pickup there.
White, the sophomore, directing traffic for his offense. 3 receivers set. Now the slot man on the right side, hands off again. And actually he'll keep it, go to the right side, and it's stuffed again by the Highland defense. No gain.
All those black hats rallying to the football there for Highland. Really nice interior penetration, holding contain there, getting the quarterback tripped up, and everybody rallies to the ball for gang tackling there. It's exactly what you want to see if you're a defensive coordinator.
So now it's crunch time again, 2nd, 3rd down play, and Desert Ridge looking for their 2nd, 3rd down conversion. They got that big pass play over the left side of the field, the near side on your screen. Let's see if they can do it again. Trips to the left side and a receiver out wide to the right. Takes the snap, White. White looking right now, scrambles, and looks like he might have enough for a 1st down. He'll dive towards the 20-yard line, and we'll see if he gets enough for the chains. I think he may have, Peyton.
Not sure, Alex, if that was a design QB run play, maybe a draw on there in that 3rd and long situation, but certainly took advantage of the fact that the Highland defenders got too far upfield as it looks like we got a 4th down.
It looks like the refs are going to spot it about a yard short and a yard shy of the 4th down, and Robert White looks like he's going nowhere off the field at the moment, so we might see their first 4th down try, and they're going to go for it here. Pistol formation again with the H-back.
Look for him to get right behind Daniel Miller if they even get a snap off.
And it looks like they may have gotten a neutral zone infraction off the defense, and we might be moving forward 5 yards, and they will call encroachment on Highland.
Well executed hard count from Robert White. We've seen that now very, very often at the NFL level. Some of the high school offenses catching up in those short yardage situations where everybody's anxious to hit each other. You can take advantage of the defense's nerves. Right there, Robert White did.
Brandon Pruitt is the H-back. He gets the carry here, trying to bounce to the right side. He's inside the 10 and now towards the 5-yard line before being taken down probably at about the 4.
Very nice piece of running there for White as he kept the pad level low. You saw the defender bounce right off of him. A lot of running backs at this age will be looking to break everything for a touchdown, but right there, White just putting his nose right to the fan, rushing hard and falling forward for the first. Now it'll be 1st and goal.
Same setup here. White takes the snap, gives the handoff to Pruitt this time, and it's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And it really seems it's been one of those two extremes, either stuff right at the line or a sizable gain from the run game of the Jaguars.
A little bit helter-skelter so far as these two teams try and feel each other out, Alex. A lot of that comes from that interior penetration as a defense. It feels like Highland, when they've had run blitzes on with linebackers getting involved, they've fared pretty well against the run, but when not, they're back on their heels, and the Jaguars have had success.
White in the pistol with Pruitt behind him, and play will be whistle dead. And a false start assessed to the offense. And that'll move them 5 yards back. So they get the 5-yard penalty to get the 1st down. Now they're moving back 5.
This is a big opportunity maybe to pin the ears back if you're Highland. Now you've got them behind the sticks here on a 2nd down. You want to set yourself up with plenty of grass to defend before reaching the end zone on 3rd.
Same setup in the pistol. 2 receivers left, 1 slot left, now 1 out right.
Here's a blitz.
For the Jaguars. Blitz coming. Caught. No, it's just overthrown. And it was a good blitz and good pressure put on by Highland that forced the missed throw by Robert White.
Burley came through on the A-gap linebacker blitz. Wide open hole, and White didn't set his feet quite in time. That's why the throw was high.
Good blitz play from Highland there, like you said, Peyton. Sets up a 3rd down. Highland has not been able to get their defense off the field. Fell for the hard count on 4th down earlier in this drive. And we'll see what the Jaguars come up with here.
This is a big play here last time. When Desert Ridge needed 10 yards, they turned to the draw play. Could be a possibility here. Here comes the blitz.
White in the pistol. No handoff. He's in the pocket getting some decent pressure. Now tries to scramble, and he'll get to about the 5-yard line, but that will not be enough, and it will be 4th and goal.
Great protection there by the Jaguars. They bought their quarterback the time he needed, but with Highland in zone coverage, when he turned to scramble, everybody's eyes were on the quarterback, and he knocked him down before he got to the goal line.
The coverage outside has been pretty good on the receivers of the Jaguars, and there hasn't been much from the passing game save for that big pass over the left side of the field.
4th down call here. This is huge. Could be a big momentum shift either way, a touchdown or a stop. Highland really trying to dig in here.
So the second 4th down conversion attempt of the thing. They loft it towards the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs, and Highland will take over a big 4th down stop inside their own 10-yard line.
Overwhelmed at the point of attack were the Jaguars. Big time engage 8 blitz there as everybody who was not covering somebody in man coverage was sent. And clearly White was uncomfortable as he sailed that fade route to the back right corner of the end zone a little bit too high. Looks like this defensive staff has found something out as they turned to the blitz the last 3 plays and had a lot of success.
So now we'll get our first look at the Highland offense. Looks to be a shotgun set for Highland. Aiden with us back in the backfield there. And he will take the snap. Shotgun for Highland. 3 receivers on the right side and 1 to the left of the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 5. Takes the snap, rolling out right now. Throws a lofted pass towards the left side, looking for the bubble screen, and he just falls right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard there as well.
Some immediate A-gap pressure there from the Jaguars as it looked like they got the quarterback a little unsettled, but he had time to throw. Just going to set your feet and drive that ball to your receiver. This offense predicated this spread attack for Highland on completing those easy swing passes, those screens, getting those nice little run yards. Effectively, they are run yards in the passing game.
Gunnar Price, the quarterback for Highland. The number 1 on the field with Aiden Withis on his right in the shotgun set. 1 to the right, 2 to the left on the receivers. They're going to run the reverse with the receiver coming from the slot. He'll try to hit the outside, and he won't get there, and it's covered nicely by the Jaguars. Maybe a gain of a couple.
Hunter Stewart took that one on the end around, and it looked like in that situation, maybe you just want to get the ball outside where there are fewer defenders, but everybody on Desert Ridge's defense did a good job of staying home with their eyes on the ball carrier and not losing contain. Push that one out of bounds. Minimal gain there.
So we'll be 3rd down at about 9 yards for Highland. And we'll see if they try something tricky here. Gunnar Price under center, rather in the shotgun formation. With us to his left, takes the snap, throws to the left side, and it's overthrown. Pretty nice slant route, but it was a high throw, and it's going to be 4th and down for Highland inside their own 10.
Price just did not look comfortable on that drive as he had 2 passing attempts, sailed both far above the receiver's head, and a dangerous situation having to punt from the shadow of their own goalpost.
And we don't think we'll see a 4th down try here inside their own 10-yard line.
That certainly
but you
would
don't
be
know
tenacious.
what you can see sometimes at the JV level, trying things with coaches, and you never know. You saw the Jaguars go for it twice on 4th down in their first drive.
A lot of these high schools don't have 2 deeps at specialist positions like this, so an interesting sequence is upcoming here. Fireworks certainly in store.
Trying to do a little bit of a hard count here or some miscommunication at the line of scrimmage. And they'll punt it away. Field it. Just be on the 50, and it's wrapped up very quickly. The Jaguars will start inside Highland territory, but a pretty good punt considering where it was from.
A lot of pressure immediately on the punter. He just wanted to get it away, got a friendly bounce, and Ethan Whitmore with the stop as he rallied to the football and laid a nice hit. So plus field possession here for Desert Ridge as they are on the positive side of the field. Good punt, getting the ball off the goal line, but still an opportunity for the Jags.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Hands off to Pruitt right through the middle. And it's been their bread and butter through the first quarter of this game. Gain of about 2 yards. And that time he couldn't bounce to the outside.
Still, though, Alex, unrelenting pressure from the Hawks. Another blitz that time came from the corner, was not able to get home. They are lucky that their linebackers came up and stopped that play. It could have been a big one.
So we'll be 2nd and 8 from the 45-yard line. Gain of 2 on the last play. We might see the shotgun for the first time. No, he'll step forward into the pistol. Takes the snap, White, hands it off Pruitt. Pruitt tries to bounce to the outside. He will. He'll get a gain of about 5 yards. Will be short of the first down, but he will get to about the 40-yard line.
Great block there by Matt Shaw as he put his man on his back. Open up the hole to run through there. Nice little gain. Sets this up with a 3rd and medium. That's where a running offense like this wants to be. Pick up 3-4 yards of play. You're going to get a first down every time.
So another 3rd down situation for the Highland Hawks. We know the Jaguars will go for it on 4th down, and we'll see what happens if they can stop him here. Takes the snap wide, hands it off through the middle. Pruitt, and he's stopped. Stout defense up the middle for Highland in these first 2 drives. And it will be 4th down.
Again, Alex, you just see those linebackers bearing their teeth down against the run. They know what's coming. They know what this offense likes to do, so they are going full throttle in attacking the run game with those double A gap blitzes, and it's worked every single time so far.
And we'll see the 4-down territory once again. Someone jumped offside again, and it looks like another flag.
Steven Trujillo that time looked a little bit too eager to get that blitz off as he scrambled across the line before any insinuation of a snap.
So the hard count is caught in the Hawks twice in the first quarter of play. We have 4:26 left in the first quarter. No score. The Jaguars with possession. Howland get off the field the first time with a nice defensive stop on 4th down inside their own red zone. Takes the snap, White. Light looking right, throwing on a comebacker route. He's got it, and he's got a first down and more. And he's taken down by about 4 or 5 Highland Hawks. They were in the area, but not before a first down gain on the outside for the Desert Ridge Jaguars.
That big number 17 looks to be the favorite target so far for Desert Ridge. He's been able to make a couple nice plays on the outside, accounting for all the passing offense so far for the Jags.
So 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. White takes the snap again and trying to evade pressure on the blitz. He will. A really shifty move to get out of it. He'll rush forward, and he might have a first down.
That is the problem with the blitz, Alex, is if you don't get home with that first wave, quarterback is allowed to step up in the pocket. There's nobody home to stop him from running. Right there, he saw the lane, took off. Very nice play by White in this offense as they're in prime field position once more, trying to punch this in.
Linebackers came up for the blitz, and there was nobody home on the middle level once he broke the line. White hands off Pruitt through the middle. Bounces a little bit to the left side of the field towards the near hash. Gain of a couple on first down.
And this is what a run-heavy offense like this wants to do. Run plays with tempo, get those defenders with their hands on their hips, suck in air a little bit, and really ram it down their throat. So far, Pruitt and company have been able to really establish themselves on the ground.
Pistol formation again. Takes the snap. They're looking to open up pass now, trying the same play they went to on 4th down, and he might come down with it. It's a touchdown. Touchdown Desert Ridge, and it's the first score of the game and of the JV season.
That is the ultimate trust in a receiver by White. Double covered, both defenders converging on the football, and Big 17 just went up and got that thing, snagging it for the touchdown. Beautiful play by the receiver.
Go ahead and move that second camera up on the kicker.
So the first 6 points of the game.
Zoom in on one.
First 6 points of the game are on the board, and the point after attempt being delayed on the field by a couple seconds, trying to get the right personnel out there. And maybe they might be looking for a ball. And the team's going to the benches now.
I can't get over that catch, Alex. What a grab.
Fantastic. And it was the same play they did on 4th and goal earlier in this quarter, and they just said, you know what, we're going to do it again. The same play, ran that same route to the outside, and the quarterback, White, just lofted it over for him. Great catch.
Sometimes in modern football, things can get very complicated. Spider, too wide, banana, and all that verbiage, you know.
Sometimes, John Gruden. Don't go all John Gruden on me, please.
Sometimes you just, as a coach, got to know who your players are and how to get on the ball. Throw that ball up to the big fella. He came down with it. Beautifully executed play.
You got a little John Gruden in you.
I'll take it.
Spider, too wide, banana, right?
There you go.
Got to have the accent with it.
Practically Frank Caliendo. Looks like Pruitt, the running back, is going to kick this ball.
It will be Pruitt out there. The holder, Roman Mangini, the sophomore. It's up. And no, they're going to run it. Here goes Mangini to the outside, and he stopped short of the goal line. Looked like it might have been a botched snap. I don't know if they designed to do that.
That snap was low. Trujillo came through, and it looked like Mangini just panicked a little bit, picked that ball up, tried to do something with it. But Highland does catch a little bit of a silver lining there as they're able to hold for only 6 points.
So 6-0 is our score with 2:56 remaining in the first quarter of play between Highland and Desert Ridge. Good game here so far, and it's a beautiful night for football. It's not exactly what I'm used to in the Midwest. And I talk about Friday nights, and you think of 40-degree nights in November. It's a far cry from 107 here today in Gilbert.
Hey, Alex, as far as I'm concerned, any day is a good day for football after the long wait, the long winter we've had away from the sport. It is so exciting this time of year because everybody thinks they have a chance. This Highland team is not excluded from that, but right now, although this is a JV game and does not really matter to the ultimate team success, they've been punched in the mouth a little bit. Desert Ridge has been able to do whatever they want to do. The offense of Gilbert hasn't looked very inspiring so far, so this drive is big right here so they can reclaim a little bit of momentum and get their feet sunk into this one.
Steven Trujillo is back to receive for Highland. And it will be Pruitt to kick it away.
At this level, Alex, sometimes you just find guys who can do things. And whoever can do the kicking duties the best is usually going to be who takes it, and it doesn't matter the position they play.
Fielded it out the 15-yard line, trying to cut it to the outside, and he will. He has quite a bit of space over there. And he'll be driven out just shy of the 40.
Short kick. A lot of times when that happens, the ball takes a bounce. The kick returner is able to set things up and see them a little bit better right there. Good job hitting the seam, getting outside, and setting your offense up in a good spot here to come outside, play this drive, although it looks like the ball is spotted a little bit further back as the return man stepped out of bounds before he hit the gas.
So we'll be just past the 30-yard line. It was a pretty good return. Highland looks to set things up now. Make their first drive into enemy territory.
See if Gunnar Price looks a little bit more comfortable on this drive.
Gunnar Price and Aiden With is back there in the shotgun formation. One wide to the right, a couple to the left. Hands off. And there goes Withis to the left side. Gain of a couple.
It was good initial blocking by the Hawks, but really nice play by Cameron Bobelik as he shed his blocker and was able to halt that one after a gain of 3.
One receiver to the right and one in the slot left. Play whistle dead. And the ref to the line of scrimmage. There's 2 of them there now. Looks like they might re-spot the ball.
Spot doesn't look too bad, Alex, but that does appear to be what they might be doing as the referees are having a conversation on that far sideline. I think somebody may have left a kickoff tee on the field.
In the shotgun now, man in motion. keeps it. Fake jet sweep, he's through the middle, and he's close to a first down. Really good play call from Highland. They ran the jet sweep earlier, and this time he keeps it and goes forward.
That motion right there, Alex, you hit it on the head. Gets the defense to over-pursue outside, sets up the QB power play for Gunnar Price, made a beautiful read at the point of attack, finding the hole and cutting through it hard.
Chains will move. 1st and 10, Highland. I believe that's their first down.
Indeed it is.
Well, spotted right at the 43-yard line. And we'll see a different set under center. Goes Gunnar Price. Single back formation. Fakes the handoff, rolling out right. Throws deep over the middle. He's got some room, and he's just wide. It was just overthrown. The receiver in the area was number 15, Ethan Whitmore.
Looked like Whitmore may have gotten tangled up a little bit with those DBs as everybody looked up into the sky, into those lines to try and locate the ball. Just wasn't able to get there. Nice throw out of the pocket, though, by Price as he put plenty of air underneath that one to let his receiver run under it.
Yeah, really good route run right there, and a pretty good play call on the play action. He rolled out small to the right, and then set his feet and threw deep over the middle. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple more like that tonight thrown in the mix. Only man back there is Gunnar Price. He's going to run it to the right side. Looks like a designed run play. He will get to just about the 50-yard line. And that was on 2nd down, so it will be about 3rd and 3 or 4 yards, depending upon the spot.
Starting to find a little bit of success with this QB run game, as that time it was a QB sweep that worked like a charm. That's exactly what you want. You want your quarterback to get behind his big fellas, find the hole, get into space, and then absorb that contact from the second level, move those chains along, or at least make it a much more manageable third. Same formation here.
3 receivers.
Would not be surprised if it's a QB run.
Back to the left of Gunnar Price, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, it's a fumble, and it looks like Desert Ridge is going to fall on it. And it will be Desert Ridge Jaguars ball. Fumbled on the jet sweep. It worked like perfection the past time. That time, not as much.
I think it was a little read option play there, and the QB wanted to put it in the gut of his receiver. Unfortunately, the receiver, the motion man, was not on the same page. That results in the ball hitting the ground, and that's the last thing you want to see if you're an offensive coach. An ill-timed turnover, as it looked like Highland was just starting to move the football down the field on that drive. Now they put their defense on the wrong side of the field coming out. And so
with Brendan Pruitt, and there's another fumble. And we'll see the call on this one. I believe it'll stay with Desert Ridge.
Looked like Pruitt atoned for his own mistake as he hopped back on the grenade.
Astute analogy, Peyton.
I try, Alex, I try.
You've been playing football a lot longer than I've been watching, and I can tell you that. Pistol formation, hands off. Pruitt stopped at the line but shook off a defender, and he falls forward and gets about 7 or 8 yards.
Again, Trujillo involved there, the first man to the ball carrier, just couldn't break down and wrap up in time. Alex, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz, and if you don't get home with it, that's exactly what can happen. Everybody's going the wrong direction, and the running back's running right through you.
Linebackers not chopping their feet, moving forward. Like you said, Peyton makes it easy.
I think that'll be the last play of the first quarter, as it looks like Desert Ridge is plenty fine to just switch ends and grind that football down the field a little bit more in the second quarter.
The teams will switch ends. Ball on the 39-yard line to begin the second. You're watching Highland Hawks JV football on Highland Hawks YouTube. Back with you for the second quarter here, Alex Gall and Peyton Gallagher. 12 minutes are on the clock. Ball on the 39 after the turnover. Third and 2 now for Desert Ridge. They'll go forward, and it's going to be a first down. And a good play through the middle.
Really nice cut by Pruitt as there was, again, immediate pressure, unrelenting blitzing so far from from Highland. Pruitt, though, identified where the pressure came from, made the cut to the open hole, got through it, got a first down. Been very impressed with him so far.
They've been liking that pistol formation so far. White takes the snap. This time he's going to throw it. Deep pass over the left side of the field, and he comes not quite down with it. But it was the same look as earlier, and it was that deep lofted ball to the corner of the end zone. Almost burned Highland again.
Straight up go route for 17 there. Beat the press man coverage as the defender for Highland was up close to him. It was over at the point of attack, and the ball was well placed, but it looked like the receiver heard footsteps, a little bit there at the end, as he could have caught that ball, but Kyle Wright soared in at the end to break it up.
2nd and 7 from the 27. Pruitt stopped at the line trying to spin twice, and he will not go anywhere in spite of those 2 nice spin moves. It'll be 3rd down.
And Alex, those runs, although they aren't that impressive necessarily to watch, they add up. 2 tacklers bouncing off the running back there, unable to bring him down. 3rd, 4th quarter, nobody gets there rallying to the ball. Maybe he breaks one off. It's body blows. It's just like boxing.
3rd and 8 for Desert Ridge. They'll go out of the pistol once again. 2 receivers to the left, and there's 17 out wide. Top of your screen, he's the big threat so far for the Jaguars. 1 receiver to the right, he's wide as well. Takes the snap, a little bit of fumble. Pruitt goes through the middle. He's got a first down. And Pruitt falls forward over the 15-yard line. A great run on 3rd and 8, and a gain of about 10 yards.
Pruitt just rumbling on down the highway like nobody's in his way right now. It's easy as he likes. The offensive line's done a good job of opening up holes. It looks like Highland right now doesn't want any part of tackling Big 28.
So a new set of downs, and it will not be in goal. It'll be 1st and 10 with the first down marker placed at the 5-yard line. Takes the snap. White hands it off Pruitt, and White wouldn't shoot. He's been the man so far. Gain of a couple.
This is a big juncture here for Highland in this defense. It is so deflating on a 3rd and long to have a team run the football so successfully. Pretty much is a sign of disrespect from the offense that they can get whatever they want when they want it. Right now there's a player down on the field, though, for the Jaguars, and I do believe that is the main man of this drive. That is Pruitt. Hopefully nothing too serious at this early juncture in the 2019 season.
Come out of the injury report here. We're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Jack Johnson. Jack, what you got for us? Thank you, Jack. We'll keep checking in with him for the rest of the game for your great analysis, as always. And we'll take another timeout quickly here. 10-12 on the field, and a timeout taken by the Highland Hawks.
10 minutes left in this half here. So clearly nothing to do with the time for Highland and the coaching staff. Maybe they just wanted to get a look at what the offense was going to bring out there as they close in on the goal line. They can pick up another first down, the Jaguars can, before getting to a first and goal situation. Right now it's very important for Highland to bow up and avoid going down 2 scores as Desert Ridge punches the ball right down the field. Over in the huddle there for Highland as they're trying to sort out exactly what they want to do defensively. They've turned to a lot of blitzes throughout the course of this game after getting put back on their heels a little bit in the first drive, but it looks like, although being a little bit disoriented by it early on, Desert Ridge has been able to adjust and find the avenues in which they can better attack this Highland defense. Now it's the Hawks' turn to respond. So they come out here for a 2nd and long, trying to prevent Desert Ridge from adding to their lead. Press coverage.
White takes the snap. He's got some great protection, rolls out to the right, and now he's sandwiched by 2 Highland defenders for a loss of a couple.
Well, White had been able to beat Gilbert a couple times with his legs before, but not right there. They left the spy on as soon as he broke out of the pocket. Quickly breaking to the ball was Jeremy Horlocker. Crashed down on White, and he had nothing to do there as all the passing avenues were covered up by the defense.
13, Fisher Kamek was involved as well. Takes the snap. White now on 2nd. 3rd down. He's going to try it and go through the middle. And he's got close to a first down, but I don't think he'll be there shy of the 5-yard line.
Now a decision to make by Craig Moody and this coaching staff. Do they trust their kicker or do they go for it like they did the last time they were down here close to the goal line? And the answer is it looks like the offense is staying on the field.
So Peyton, that offense is not moving one bit off the field, and we're going to see another 4th down try. 4th and 5 from the 10-yard line. They've got to get to the 5. Pistol formation for White. One receiver to the right, 1 slot left, 1 out wide to the left, 3 receivers total.
They tried the hard count. Now they're going to check to the sideline and get an actual play in.
Looks like it might be Daniel Miller behind. Now throwing and taking a shot for the end zone, but he overthrew his receiver. And that was another ball towards 17. He's been the Brendan Butler target, but not well executed there. It looked like a miscommunication between the route and the quarterback.
And guess who? The fire plug, the little man, Steven Trujillo, shooting in from linebacker to disrupt the timing of that play. And although Highland very easily could be down 3 scores right now, they're only down 6.
So it is a turnover on downs. Highland's offense will take over. And they haven't made much of their time on the offensive side of the ball so far. Just 1 first down to their credit and 2 turnovers.
Oh, and Alex, they were moving the ball there on that last drive, but 2 things that make a coach's hair go gray: turnovers and penalties. And right there, a little bit of indiscipline as they lost the ball on the botched handoff right here. They got to have a little bit more composure trying to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Price in the single back with Withus. Takes it Withus around the edge. She'll be taken down. Will be shy of the safety for forward progress up to about the 5-yard line. No gain.
Dawson Rockers on the stop there, and right now you're looking at a very fresh defense that's not had to be out there much tonight, motivated by the fact that the offense is in such close proximity to their goal line. I know when I was playing, whenever you had a chance to get that safety, you kicked it up a notch or 2 extra, and right now it looks like this Desert Ridge defense is raring to go on this drive.
2nd and 10 from, it looks like the 10-yard line. That's what it says on the scoreboard, but they're definitely not there. 2nd and 15 now. It's been updated. Takes the snap, fakes it, looking deep. Price going to the left side, and it's picked off. He jumped the route, and it's a great defensive play by Desert Ridge. He's still going. He might have a pick 6 for him. He shooks off another defender, and he's taken down inside the 15-yard line. Roman Mangini again.
Quarterback had plenty of time to throw. He just short-armed that throw down the sideline. Mangini was right in the hip pocket of the receiver. And when he saw that ball in the air, he was licking his lips as he picked it off and ran it back. Just like that, momentum flips again on top of the Hawks' head. And as a defense right there, you're so excited about making that stop on that 4th down, a play ago. Now you got to go right back out there and try and keep them out of the end zone. Very deflating for Highland.
That's their 3rd turnover in less than half of play so far. But their defense has been pretty stout so far. But they've given him a tall task here, 6-0. They missed the extra point. And Pruitt ran it out wide, couldn't get in the end zone, takes the snap, gives the handoff, barreling forward for the touchdown.
Untouched, his jersey completely white, at least on that play. Good to see Pruitt back in the game and popping hard as he fell right through the hole. Could have crawled into the end zone right there. Alex, great blocking up front by the Jags.
Brendan Pruitt has been something to watch in this game. He's hit a lot of nice holes, then right through the middle, able to get past the second line by cutting outside, and he didn't even really have to there, just went right forward.
Now they got a player in 28 in white right there for Desert Ridge.
It looks like they'll go for 2 and not quite get there. So 2 extra point attempts failed. And they didn't mean to go for 2 the first time, did the second time, and they missed them both.
And Alex, although Highland has been frankly dominated so far in this game, you take solace in the fact that after all of this, you're somehow only down 12-0. Your defense in short yardage situations has been good enough. They keep setting the offense up with opportunities. With 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in this half, Alex, you want a long drive, work this clock down so you can double dip when you get the ball out to start the second half. Somehow, Highland has a nice opportunity here to potentially take the lead if they're able to mount a nice drive.
And that's where it starts. They just have to get ball moving forward, string a couple first downs together, and that's how any good offense gets going. Once you have a little bit of momentum, even if it's just one drive, can change the momentum of the game. I can't even speak with momentum. That's all they need.
That starts, though, with your quarterback, Alex, Gunnar Price, who has not looked confident so far in this game. He's airmailed a couple throws, mis-setting his feet a couple times in his dropbacks. He's got to settle down here to lead his offense down the field. As a quarterback, it doesn't matter what you just did. It's what you're about to do, and here's a great opportunity for Gunnar Price in this offense.
We'll see what they can do. Pruitt looks to be the kicker again for the Jaguars. He'll kick it away. It'll roll deep, picked up by Highland, and he'll be taken down at about the 30-yard line by Zach Dyer, the sophomore.
That kick coverage was executed to a T. As a coach, you tell players all the time, when you're covering a kick, don't get out of your lanes. Run straight forward. Make sure the guy who's returning the ball has nowhere to go. That time, although there was a little bit of blockage at the point of attack there, nobody lost gap control, and that time they were able to make a stop instead of giving up a big return like on the last time.
1st and 10, Highland from their own 31-yard line. Shotgun formation for Gunnar Price with us to his left. Takes a deep shot down the field, going up for it, and he can't bring it down.
That ball just hung and hung and hung up there. Left the receiver exposed to a big hit as Ethan Whitmore tried to make a play on the sideline. Just a little bit more zip on that pass, but it looks like Price may have found a little bit of something there as he attacks the press man coverage. They've had a little bit of success, maybe not success yet, but they've had opportunities to hit big plays in the passing game.
Takes a snap again. Here goes Price way back there, lofts it to his running back with us. He's got some room to run. He's motoring forward, and he's got a first down.
Very well executed screenplay right there. The offensive lineman made the illusion that it was a standard pass play before slipping out. Running back got hit with the pass, and that's the exact kind of confidence builder you need for a quarterback here. Just get a completion, something easy for your young quarterback to build his confidence a little bit, and the Hawks are moving down the field.
Shotgun snap again. 4 receivers trips to the right. They'll hit him on the slant route over the middle, and it's complete to number 11, Hunter Stewart, the slot man.
Now you start to work through your playbook a little bit. Look to some of the more intermediate passes in your offense. Now that your quarterback's got it rolling a little bit more, try and build that confidence with a throw 5-6 yards down the field. Well-placed ball there so his receiver could make a play and the DB could not.
So a change in personnel in the backfield. With us is off. And a different running back in the game now with Price. He'll take the snap. Price looking to his left, throwing deep down the field, a lot of space to run, and it's just overthrown once again. Whitmore was the intended target again, and they haven't been able to hit and convert on a couple of those deep balls so far.
Whitmore's getting space and separation off the corner. That ball just needs to be a little bit quicker out.
It's inches. It's like 5 inches. That's all they need, and it would have been a big gain, possibly a touchdown with that breakaway speed Whitmore has.
Well, that time, Whitmore just lost the ball, couldn't get his head around. It was a catchable pass at least. But in these games early in the season, you're trying to establish chemistry with your receivers as a quarterback. A little bit more understandable. Here's a third down.
Takes the snap, hands off through the middle, and he'll fall forward. He's going to get close to the first down marker, but not quite there. That was number 8, Brady Trejo.
This may be a go-for-it situation, Alex.
With the way Highland's been playing, they definitely think they can get it here, and they got not too much to lose, down 12-0 and a lot to gain if they can get this drive farther into Jaguar territory.
First time on the opposite side of the field. Great opportunity to go for it. Offense just needs to execute here. This is a great show of trust so far by the Gilbert coaching staff. Maybe try and go to that same hard count.
Trejo in the backfield, but it's a quarterback sneak up the middle from Gunnar Price, and we'll see on the spot if he gets it.
Looked like he got it from my vantage, and it looks like the near line judge is coming in to mark that ball right at the marker.
And they might measure this one. Looks like they're calling for the chains, or the third official.
Interesting that they went to the sneak there with 2.5 yards a gain.
They'll give it to him. Not completed on fourth down, and Price didn't get far enough. Turnover on downs, and Desert Ridge takes over.
Not to be critical of the officials here, Alex, but I am shocked that they didn't at least bring the chains out to measure that one. Looked very tight from our vantage up here in the booth.
Yeah, the ball spotted just shy of the Desert Ridge 45-yard line, or just past it, rather. Just shy if you're Highland. And it looks like the chain there on the far side of the field is about the same spot, so it's interesting. But they will give 1st and 10 to the Jaguars.
Just a bad break for Highland there. Defense needs to bow up and make sure it doesn't break their back. That's a tongue twister on this drive.
White gives off to Pruitt, and he's sacked. Not quite sacked, but taken down behind the line of scrimmage by number 33, Jeremy Horlocker. And it's a loss of a couple. 2nd and 12.
Well, sometimes when you get a bad break as a defense, that motivates you. You know you have to get your offenses back here and keep yourself in the game. Right there, that looked like a very much so motivated play as the linebacker crashed in and made that stop in the backfield.
All right, Horlacher, 33. Great day.
2 receivers to the left side, 1 out wide to the right side. White in the pistol formation.
Here comes pressure again.
Takes the snap, White dropping back, throwing one deep towards 17 on the far side, and he overthrew him. He's been the deep threat. And they went to him again, and you've seen a lot of early situations, but they've been going to him pretty much whenever. There's no pattern to it. 1st down, 3rd down, 4th down. Now on 2nd down, they go to him as well.
Well, as an offense, Alex, you want to be unpredictable. You want to dictate to the defense, not the other way around. Right there, they had the shot they wanted. It's not the first time in the game either, but right now, White just needs to stand in and take a hit there and deliver that ball. A little bit antsy to get that one away and thusly overshot it. He'll throw
Daniel
again.
Miller is the second running back on the field. White stepping up under pressure, and he's sacked behind the line.
Huge stop by this defense as it brings up a 4th down. Pocket just collapsed there. Edge pressure coming. First time in a long time it felt like they brought a 4-man rush. That's what it looked like, at least from up here. But it gets home and they get the sack. And they may be going for this.
4th down and 12 inside their own territory. And it looks like Desert Ridge, again, has no fear. Or we might see them go for the hard count here again. It wouldn't get them a 1st down, but it would make it more manageable. 4th down and 12 from their own 43-yard line.
3 down linemen.
Pistol formation. Pruitt behind. White takes the snap. And it's going to be a pass play looking deep towards the backside of the field, and he overthrew it. And he threw it wide. Turnover on downs for Highland.
He had his man in the gaps of zone coverage there. Just a little bit late on the progression getting to him, and sent the ball over his head as the DBs crashed in. Right there, that's probably just to show that the punter is not that capable of putting the ball deep downfield, and might as well go for it. It's not worth surrendering the 10 yards of field position you get on the punt.
So Desert Ridge takes a shot, doesn't convert, and it brings the Highland offense back onto the field. Haven't had a lot of success so far in the passing game. We'll see if that can change here. They've taken a couple shots. Takes the snap, Price. Price steps up in the pocket, fires a lofted ball deep, and it's out of bounds, or it might have been intercepted. There was nobody over there.
Definite miscommunication, Alex. You hit it right on the head. As the receiver broke the route off right at the top, may have been an option route concept where the receiver has a choice to either go deep or break it off at some point like that. Clearly not where the quarterback wanted to put the football, though.
4:35 remaining in the second quarter of play, 2nd and 10 for Highland from the Desert Ridge 43-yard line. Price and Withis. Now Price throwing back to the other side and inaccurate, but it looked like it was incomplete, and it might have been good that it was incomplete because he was behind the line of scrimmage when he caught it.
Little throwback play there, but not very well executed. Roman Mangini coming up from that safety spot, corner. He saw it all the way. Whenever that ball was in the air, he was just licking his lips, ready to lay that hit in.
He jumped the coverage as well. Didn't get the interception, but he made the tackle and forced the incompletion. So now 3rd and 10 for Highland. They're going to have to take a shot here, going over the middle, and it's underthrown and just nearly intercepted, but not to be, and it will be 4th down. Involved there on the interception, Roman Mangini again. He's already got one of them tonight, and he almost made it at 2nd.
Yeah, they've been picking on Roman Mangini over there on that left side, and he almost made him pay for it again as a throw to no one in particular by Gunnar Price. And they're going to have to punt this ball away. Plenty of opportunities for this Highland offense. They've just been yet to capitalize.
4th down and 10. It looks like it's Highland's turn. And no, they're going to set up in a punt formation. So you see Desert Ridge go forward on a number of occasions, but it doesn't look like it will be. And no, it might be. They're going to throw it. And here they come up the right. Some good blocking, and he's got the first down. And Moore has gone. And he's taken down just inside the 10-yard line. A huge burst of speed to the outside, and it's a first down for Highland.
Beautifully executed. Could not be done better. Whenever you see Highland fan out of their punt safe formation, every time they punt the ball, all the players fan out and they get a look at what the defense is set up like. If they have the look they want, they'll run the fake right there. That's called a fire call. They had a fire call on and executed it to a T. Great play for Highland and a big boost of momentum.
I believe it was Brady Trujillo who got the reception. And now Highland has their first chance at a touchdown here. Rolling out left side. Here goes Gunnar Price throwing and lofting towards the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown! Touchdown Hawks! Hunter Stewart out of the slot makes it 6 for Highland.
The old Peyton Manning bootleg. I've seen that one a million times, executed perfectly, but there is a flag on the field, and it looks like it's against Highland.
So the touchdown taken away on the illegal man downfield for Highland, and that was a huge play that's been called back. This stadium exploded. There's a great crowd for this JV game here tonight, and that's been the first inkling of lots of cheers you heard there. And we'll see if Highland can make some magic happen again. We'll replay first down, and they've moved back now. Gunnar keeps it through the middle for a couple.
That was a busted play, Alex. I'm almost certain of it. Good play by Gunnar, though, there. It was supposed to be a shovel pass, if I'm reading things correctly, to the receiver, but he saw that it was probably going to result in a turnover as there was immediate pressure, so he just fell on the sword there a little bit, picked up a yard or two, and ran it himself.
Steven Trujillo is the man in the backfield, single back formation. He gets the carry. And he's through the middle. Gain about 3.
Big play coming up. Excuse me. Sorry, Alex. We're still trying to get our momentum in the booth. First time me and Alex have worked together. We're trying to figure things out here, but right here, it looks like this is going to be a big play here. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they trust the kicker to take a field goal attempt from this close. Could be 4-down territory.
So 3rd down and goal from just beyond the 10-yard line. Gunner takes the snap. He's throwing it deep towards the corner of the end zone. It's caught for another touchdown, but this time it counts.
Hunter Stewart again. If it worked once, it might as well work twice. Perfectly placed ball right in the breadbasket for Stewart to run down. And it looks like Price has finally found his mojo.
Those were 2 great throws from Gunner Price. The first time it didn't count, but they said, no, we're going to make the second one this time, and this time it's in for 6.
It's a huge answer from Highland. In that situation, you give up the penalty. It's a silly penalty, an illegal man downfield there. A lot of teams might fold. It's not a good sign. It hurts your positive momentum after the big fake punt. Right there, though, Price leading his guys down the field, kept his head high, and when he needed to execute, he did.
The point after attempt is up, and it looks like it is through the uprights. 12-7 is our score from Highland High School. 2:48 to go in quarter number 2. And Highland has their first points of the game on a fantastic play and a fantastic reception by Hunter Stewart.
Well, a lot of times, Alex, we look at the big games, whether it's the Super Bowl between the Saints and the Colts where they went for the onside kick out of half, or whether it's the national championship between Florida State and Auburn where they ran a kickback. Big plays in the special teams game can change the complexion of ball games like this. Highland was getting whooped up and down the field by Desert Ridge, but a play like that, that fake punt sets you up, and you finally punch it in, and you look up at the scoreboard, and all of a sudden you're only down 5 points getting the ball to start the second half. Right now, all that energy, all that emotion has to flow into the defense so they can make a stop and give the offense the ball back and a chance to go ahead starting the second half.
So Highland will kick it away here. 12-7 is our score once again. 2:48 to go. And that was a big 3rd down reception for the Highland Hawks inside the Jaguar red zone.
Sometimes, Alex, it's not pretty, and obviously you coach, they want the team to execute every play, but more than anything, they want to execute when it matters, and that's exactly what Highland was able to do there.
Highland kicks it away, and it's fielded inside the 10-yard line. Coming forward with it, made a nice tackle on it. And it looks like the first man there for Highland was number 44, Steven Trujillo.
He has been everywhere tonight, Alex, one of those linebackers for Highland. They've all been very involved.
Pretty good return, but they covered it well. And from the 32-yard line, that is where Desert Ridge will start their drive. I'd like to remind you once again, if you're tuning in tonight, to catch and come back here tomorrow night or come support your Highland Hawks right here in Gilbert, Arizona. Highland faces Alhambra in the first game of the varsity season tomorrow night. You can catch the call right here with Peyton and me tomorrow night. White in the pistol formation on 1st and 10 for Desert Ridge. Pressure coming in the pocket. He throws it out to the side. It's incomplete. Intended for 17. And the pressure was coming there from Highland.
Big thing for the freshman Robert White here. The pressure has been on tonight. As a quarterback, you can expect to see that throughout your career. Right now, what he needs to do is just set his feet, be fearless, stare down the barrel, and make some of these throws because they're there with the amount of pressure that Highland is bringing.
Pistol formation again. The receiver to your near side, Terrain Tubbs. And they're going to look towards him. White now scrambles, and there's some room between the linebackers. He's going to go up, and he looks like he's near the first down marker.
White clearly isn't afraid of contact as he invited it there, dropping his shoulder down and getting out for the extra few yards. As a teammate, you love to see that from your quarterback.
He's been great on the scramble. Highland sends those linebackers forward, and when they don't get the pressure, like you said, Peyton, you can make them pay. And they will move the chains, it looks like, or some confusion between the two chains. The front chain said, yes, we're moving, and the back chain said, no, we're not, but they will. 1st and 10 for the Jaguars.
It's like two guys in one of those horse costumes.
It's tug of war. Friday night, tug of war. Thursday night.
There you go.
Still Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. If you didn't know, Peyton.
Indeed it is.
Pistol formation. White gives the handoff. Bouncing, trying to bounce to the outside, but covered well by Highland. Gain of about 3 yards on 2nd down.
Highland just needs to dig their heels in here. We know that Desert Ridge is not confident in their kicker. They're going for a touchdown here. You got the entire field to play with as a defense. Just don't get the top taken off.
White with Pruitt to his left in the shotgun. On 3rd down, going to go deep again to 17. Almost picked it off, and it looks like it'll be incomplete.
Close to an interception. You called it right there. Fisher Kamak, whose brother graduated from the school just last year, he was a safety here. Kamak had that ball lined up, just jumped a second too early. If he had waited only a split second more, he probably would have had the pick.
You see a lot of those combos 2 years apart, siblings. One graduated, one's coming on to varsity. And it's definitely living in his older brother's footsteps and trying to get there to that varsity team. Doing a good job on JV now. So shotgun formation now, switching up the set a little bit. Pressure coming from the right, and he's got his receiver to the outside, but quickly taken down by Highland. And good coverage on the outside from Fisher Kamak. Or was that Drew Falgrady?
It was one of them. It's hard to tell with these green numbers on the black jerseys, but that is one of the luxuries of the coverage they were in that man look, that man shell there. You get to see the receiver the entire way, and right there on the quick break back, he was able to line that hit up, and none the wiser was the receiver for Desert Ridge. Again, it's one of those moments as a defensive back, you just lick your chops because you know you're about to absolutely lay the wood.
So a timeout taken with 1:26 to go here in the first half. It'll be 4th and 5, and I don't think they've punted yet, so it's fair for us to see. Highland has the ball, so we might see them go for it. We'll see what personnel comes onto the field following the timeout, but their insistence on taking a timeout here leads me to think, Peyton, that they're going to go for it.
Well, both teams with 2. You can't take them into the locker room. It's at least worthwhile to have a discussion, but I'd have to side with you. This team has not really liked the whole special teams part of the game so far tonight. They've been intent on going for it, and with 4th and medium here, only a minute 26 left in the half, you might as well put your offense back out there and see if you can't pick up the 5-6 yards you need to pick this first down up and move the ball along.
You'll see the personnel on the field. It looks like it. We'll see them go for it here. 4th and 5 from the 47-yard line of Desert Ridge. Shotgun formation for White with Pruitt behind him. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 stacked to the far side. Takes the snap. White has deep pressure, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Turnover on downs on the big blitz and the big sack from Highland.
Lo and behold, there is that man again, Steven Trujillo. He doesn't get the sack, but he gets the immediate pressure and just holds up this Desert Ridge offense long enough for his buddies to get there and make the play. All the momentum is in the boat of Highland right now as we hurtle towards halftime.
So Highland has a chance here with a minute 21 to go, and they're already inside the territory of Desert Ridge.
But it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they get here, trying to limit damage maybe before the half, or they might go to try and take the lead before they even get into the locker room.
Price in the shotgun with Withis on his right. The play is blown dead at the line of scrimmage.
I believe that'll be encroachment as the defender was in the neutral zone when the offensive lineman moved. Call false start, though.
So we trot 5 yards backwards, or in TV terms, to the right of your screen.
There you go.
1st and 15.
Alex Gall, journalism student.
I didn't know the terminology.
Yeah, of course, of course.
To the right, to the left, near side, far side.
There we go.
Shotgun formation. It's now 1st and 15 from their own 47. Takes the snap, now throwing deep down the field and got him over the middle, but he was just a little underthrown, and he can't come down with it.
Ethan Whitmore had a step there. Ball just needed a little bit more air, but I have to say I've been very impressed by the blitz pickups by Aiden Withis. Plenty of time to throw here all night for Price, and it's because Withis has been cleaning everything up that gets through the offensive line.
Second and 15 from their own 47, or from the 47 rather of Desert Ridge. Tried to get him over the slant route, but it was incomplete. Threw it bit behind him. The intended receiver was number 15, Ethan Whitmore.
Whitmore just alligator on that one a little bit, took his eyes off the ball before he looked it all the way in. Understandable mistake. A lot of receivers make them, but he had a little bit of room to run if he could have turned around with that ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 15 now. If you're going to take a deep shot, the defense knows it's coming, but that's all your real option right now, unless you get some really good run coverage here, run blocking. He's going to go deep towards the left side. We'll see if he gets it, and he does! It's caught for a touchdown! Touchdown, Hawks! It's the first deep ball reception, and it's another one for Highland, number 15, Ethan Whitmore.
All night long, we've been talking about it. It had been a matter of inches on that deep shot. Finally, Gunnar Price is able to nuzzle a ball right into the chest of his trusty number 15 in black, and Whitmore takes it all the way to the crib. Touchdown, Highland.
And Peyton, who was it that said a couple minutes ago that Highland had a chance to come back here and take the lead before halftime?
I believe it was you or me.
It was definitely you, I can tell you that. Credit where credit is due, and the momentum is completely shifted in this one.
It had to be one of the two of us, and I'm glad somebody said it because looks like Highland has been able to grab a hold of this one. And, man, what a throw by Price. We talked about how sturdy he had been, or unsturdy, I should say, to that point in the game a couple drives ago, but since then he's been on fire. Here's a fake.
Hunter Stewart was lined up as the kicker. He's going to go around the outside now and try and go for two, and he will get it. And a 2-point conversion successful for Highland, and they take a 15-12 lead.
That, Alex, is aggression by the coaching staff. I don't know what they saw on tape before this game or during the process of it, but they knew exactly what they wanted, and they got it.
So a big momentum shift, and now Highland up a field goal after the 2-point try is successful. And believe it or not, we've seen a lot of go for it on 4th downs. We've seen a lot of 2-point conversion attempts, and that was the first successful one of the evening.
Man, Alex, I tell you what, whoever's coordinating the special teams for Highland's JV team, get that man a raise. That's 2 successfully executed fakes. We're not even at the end of the first half right now. Highland dominating the 3rd facet of the game, and that has, lo and behold, been the turning point as it completely has changed the game on the head. Ever since that fake punt, it's been all Hawks. Maybe a squib kick upcoming here to prevent a long return.
Dane Jelnick will kick it away. Number 84 it looks to be. And it's fumbled at the 10-yard line. They'll try and make something out of it, but he's going to be taken down. No, he'll make a nice cutback, and he'll get back to, say, about the 25-yard line. He turned something out of nothing right there.
Alex, those bobbled kicks by returners can be so dangerous because it throws off the timing of the kick defensing team there. Highland dodging a bullet. A hole looked like it might have been opening up off the missed tackle. They did a good job of getting to the football and making sure they got the man down.
First and 10 now, inside a minute of play in this first half. And they'll hand it off, and they'll try and run through the middle. Looks like it was Pruitt. Gain of a couple.
Looks like Desert Ridge might be just content here to sit on this one, get back to the locker room and catch their breath. They've been stormed by Gilbert Highland as they've taken a lead in the last 8 minutes.
White takes the snap, some time in the pocket. Now he's going to take another deep shot towards 17. Jumps up for it, and it's incomplete.
Alex, they've been bracketing 17 the entire second half so far, making sure safety is around the football when it gets thrown his way, and it has been able to disrupt the connection between White and 17, as that's another incompletion.
.2 seconds remaining here. It's 3rd of 6. Takes the snap. White drops back, 4-step drop, trying to escape pressure, and he will not be able to. Might be a loss of a couple, and it'll be 4th down.
I feel bad for White right now. Gilbert's been so good on defense, tightening all the right screws, bringing pressure from all different directions, and just as soon as it looks like Desert Ridge has been able to get a handle on what Gilbert's doing defensively, they're able to adapt and evolve, switch it up, and bring a different kind of blitz. And that's why there have been so many sacks here in this first half.
Highland taking control of this one, and the pressure has been great the latter part of this second quarter. It was 12-0 at one point. If you were just joining us, Desert Ridge stormed out to a 12-0 lead. 2 touchdowns for them, but they didn't get the extra point both times. First time, they didn't mean to try it, but they did end up going for 2 off a botched snap on the extra point. Didn't get it. Second time, they meant to go for 2, and they were stuffed inside the 2-yard line. So that's how they got their 12 points. And then to reset it for Highland, they have 2 touchdowns. The first one, I believe, went to Hunter Stewart, and the second one to Ethan Whitmore.
But an interesting choice here to call timeout and force Desert Ridge to punt this ball away. Gilbert's varsity team was able to get several block punts throughout the course of last year. They may be queuing up another big special teams play here, or at least trying to set up one last return.
Looks like Hunter Stewart is the man back there, the return man for Highland. They will punt it away, and it will be in the direction of Stewart, but he's going to let it go.
That
and
thing's
it'll
gonna
bounce
roll
very well. It'll bounce out of bounds at about the 20-yard line, just inside of it. And a pretty good punt, and we've been saying we weren't sure if the Desert Ridge punter had a good leg, and he did get the benefit of a good bounce, but that was a pretty good punt, Peyton.
It was not bad, Alex. Obviously, it traversed a lot of ground. Luckily for him, it was because the returner wanted no part of that. I think, honestly, Alex, it might be something we see going forward here. Maybe for Desert Ridge, they just want to execute their offense as much as possible, and they want to maximize the amount of snaps. But honestly, the field position game has been huge so far, so I would not be surprised if they continue to punt the ball going forward.
So the ball went out of bounds with .9 seconds remaining, so Highland just basically has to snap the ball, and I'm sure you'll probably see a spike here from Gunnar Price or something of the sort. I mean, they might take a shot here. And it looks like they might. They're going to go deep down the field. And why not? And 2 DBs back there for Desert Ridge ran into each other while trying to make an interception, and it falls incomplete. That is the end of the first half of play. Your Highland Hawks 15 and the Desert Ridge Jaguars 12. Be back in a couple minutes to recap the first half with Peyton. Alex Gall with you here from Gilbert, Arizona. We'll be right back. And we are back with you here in Gilbert, Arizona. It's the second half of play in the first week of the 2019 JV season. Highland hosting Desert Ridge. In a big second quarter for Highland, they were down 12-0, and now they're up 15-12 after 2 touchdowns and a successful 2-point attempt. Alex Gall, and alongside me is Peyton Gallagher for the second half of play, as it looks like Desert Ridge will kick it off to Highland.
And Alex, what we just saw is why we love this game. In a moment's notice, momentum can flip and the entire storyline of one of these ball games can just change like that. And that's exactly what happened. It looked like Highland, although only down 12-0, was done. Desert Ridge, I should say, there we go, was doing every single thing they wanted offensively, and Highland couldn't do a thing offensively. Lo and behold, one fake punt later, and the entire narrative changes, and all of a sudden, Highland is getting the ball back with a chance to make this a 2-score game. Would have never guessed it the way it was going in the first quarter.
Steven Trujillo is back to the near side of your screen once it's been kicked off, and it looks like it will not be Trujillo to take it. He will field it, and it looks like he's going to try and bounce to the outside. He will get a block, and he has some room to run up past the 40-yard line.
What is it with these Hawks and special teams, Alex? There again, they dig into the bag of tricks. They ran a fake reverse. It threw off the timing of the kick coverage unit. Leads to a big return, and Highland will start in prime real estate.
1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line, it looks to be. And they've assessed a sideline warning to the Hawks. We'll see what that's about. The 46-yard line is where Highland will start. 1st and 10.
There at the end of the first half, it looked like Gunnar Price was starting to work up a rapport with his receiver, Whitmore. It'll be interesting to see if they go right back to the long passing game here.
Price takes the snap, throws it to the left side, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was number 4, Cole Rudd.
A little bit of mistiming there on what looked like might have been a bubble screen or something adjacent to it. I like the play call, though, coming out of the half, being aggressive right off the bat.
2nd and 10 now from the 47-yard line. And they'll switch places. Price now on the left side of his running back, takes the snap, now throws over the middle. And he's looking for a receiver over the middle, and it's a complete pass, just shy of the first down. And it's Whitmore again. No, incomplete.
Yeah, Whitmore made a great effort to try and haul that ball in. Price, I'm not sure if he was going to the underneath route or to Whitmore. Doesn't matter, though, as the ball hits the ground, incomplete. Whitmore couldn't quite scoop that one off the turf.
3rd and 10 coming for the Highland Hawks from their own 46-yard line.
Nice early opportunity by Desert Ridge here on defense to get a stop and get the ball right back.
Price takes the snap, looking left. He's going to throw. He's got his man on a bubble screen. He's got some blocks. He's got some room, and he's got a first down. And more falling forward with it. And it's a first down for number 11, Hunter Stewart.
Hunter Stewart has turned into a big play magnet as of late. Caught the touchdown earlier right there. Perfectly set up tunnel screen as he slipped behind the offensive line and got the big boys out in front of him to pick up the first down.
1st and 10 now for Highland at the 37-yard line of Desert Ridge. Single back formation for Gunnar Price. He's under center. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side of your screen, 1 in the slot left. Now Gunnar Price steps back from the line of scrimmage, and flags are thrown.
And a legal procedure is going to be the call here as that ball came out. Luckily for Highland, it is a flag and a dead ball instead of an aborted snap and a live fumble.
Loss of 5 yards now for the Hawks. 1st and 15 now. Moving back towards midfield. Single back formation for Gunnar Price. Takes the snap. No handoff fake. Throwing, and it's intercepted. by Desert Ridge, and here they come the other way with some room. Breaks the block, and he's tackled around midfield. Just shy of it, rather, and from their own 47, it'll be a turnover. And another one for the Highland Hawks. That's been their Achilles heel tonight.
Right there, Price maybe just a little bit too confident as he forced the ball into tight coverage off his back foot, pressure bearing down, and he gives the ball right back to Desert Ridge. This defense is going to have to stand tall yet again. They've had a lot asked of them tonight. So far, they've been up to the task, but will that carry into the second half?
First and 10 from the Desert Ridge 47-yard line. White, hands off, spinning to the outside, and he's got some room. In of about 6 on first and 10. And a good run for number 4, Parker Freeman, the sophomore.
Pruitt has been the bell cow all night long, but right there they turn to the smaller, speedier back, and it works out as he has a nice run there, made a lot of guys miss on his way to a 6 or 7 yard pickup.
So across the 50-yard line now of Highland, and into Highland territory, rather. And depending upon the spot, it looks like they'll be at the 47-yard line.
I think, Alex, that is exactly what they're working on, just trying to make sure they have the ball in the right place. I think one referee thinks it should be one spot and the other one thinks it should be another. Not to speculate yet again, but that's the only reason I can think of for what's going on the field right now.
And they're going to call a penalty on Highland.
And now that I look down to the sideline, there is a little bit of yellow laundry on the Highland half, and if that is what I think it is, that looks like a personal foul and a 15-yard penalty.
So they'll trot forward deeper and deeper inside Highland territory. And it will be an automatic first down. Desert Ridge now with a chance to respond. Field goal ties. Takes the lead with a touchdown from the 33-yard line. First and 10. Takes the snap, wide, hands off through the middle now. And he's got some room again. Off through the linebackers and fell forward near the first down marker.
Yet again, they go to Parker Freeman. And a change of pace back here. More bruising style of running from Pruitt in the first half. More of a jitterbug is Freeman as he is able to make a ton of cuts before finally getting off field and turning on the turbos as he hit the second level for a nice gain.
And they'll change personnel now. Freeman out of the game, Pruitt back in. And you can see him behind in the pistol formation, the quarterback, Robert White. Second and 2 from the 22-yard line. Takes the snap, White going through his progressions, now rolling out right side, still looking to the right, now pressure by the Highland defense and taken down.
And guess who? Guess who got the immediate pressure? It's Steven Trujillo from that outside linebacker spot. He's just proving too quick to block right now for Desert Ridge. Forced the quarterback White into an uncomfortable position, and yet again another sack. That has to be at least 5 on the night so far for the Hawks.
Second and long coming for Desert Ridge. First down marker all the way inside the 15-yard line, about the 13. Takes the snap, hands off through the middle. Here goes Pruitt. He's got a room, and he's going to fall inside the 15-yard line, but not quite at the first down marker.
And I like what Coach Moody did there as they went to the smaller back and Freeman to soften this offense up and drop the hammer when they bring in the big back and Pruitt, and they're going to go quick. Maybe too quick.
Flags on the play. Can you whistle?
Pardon me?
Can you whistle?
I cannot.
Oh.
Why?
I want to see you whistle like it's a flag.
Well, you've put me in an uncomfortable and potentially embarrassing situation, Alex.
Because you can't whistle.
I can't whistle.
Ah, darn it. Well, I'll save you the embarrassment, and we'll make you whistle.
Well, here we are. I'm still embarrassed.
Like that.
Okay. Good for you. I'm glad you can whistle, Alex. Alex, I don't know how I'm going to rebound from that.
Oh, it's okay. Made fun of you. You make fun of me. That's how it works up here.
Square handshake. We're good.
Handshake. High five?
A little bit too casual. We're on the job right now.
Okay. Well, we'll try and work through all of the stuff up here, and our stream team up here doing a great job tonight. Travis Whitaker working the switcher and giving you all those camera angles. Jack Johnson down there, our sideline reporter. He's filling in that camera as well. We got a couple other guys helping him up there as well to bring you this stream of Highland Hawks JV football. We'll be right back here tomorrow night as the Highland Hawks host Alhambra in the first game of the 2019 varsity season. But for now, we've got a good one brewing here in Gilbert. 3rd and 3. Takes the snap. Hands off for Pruitt. Going through the middle. Couple yards on the gain, and we'll see if he gets to the first down marker. And he doesn't. Gains 1 yard, and it's going to be 4th and 2 from the 13-yard line, and you got to know they're going to go for it. Takes the snap, hands off, Pruitt, flags fly.
They went fast, and it looks like they caught Highland off guard as they were running a man off the field. This should be 12 men on the field against Gilbert Highland, and another time that they give away a free first down on a 4th down.
Just knowing your personnel on the field, and that's what it is, 12 men.
Looks like Highland has 12 men on the field.
And they caught him off there. Good quick snap by White to catch 12 men on the field, and it's a first down for Desert Ridge. It's now 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line, but they'll move forward with the penalty.
Great awareness of the situation there by the quarterback to just get that ball out quickly. And it works, setting them up with a 1st and goal and a great opportunity to take this lead back.
1st and goal from the 9 for Desert Ridge. Pruitt in the pistol behind White. White takes the snap, gives the handoff, trying to barrel through the middle. He'll go forward, and he'll be stopped shy of the 5-yard line. In on the tackle for Highland, number 13, Fisher Kamak. We were talking about his brother earlier on in the broadcast, Peyton.
Yeah, his brother, Cade Kamak, just moved on from this program, and right there his younger brother, hanging on for dear life, grabbed a piece of Pruitt's jersey and just hung on until his buddies could get there to finish the play.
Second and goal from the 7. White getting the play call from his coaches on the sideline. Pruitt lines up to the left and a little bit behind White. So a little bit of a combo pistol set. They'll hand off. He'll bounce around the middle and dive towards the end zone. And they're going to say, I think he's short.
Pruitt hit that hole hard with a slicing side cut before falling short of the goal line. A really nice run from Pruitt, and a man's down. It looks like it's a Desert Ridge player.
It looks like that might be Pruitt. No, Pruitt's good. He's walking off the field, and
I think it may have been one of those offensive linemen who got tangled up in the scrum down there on the goal line.
I always hope everybody's okay. It's friendly competition here. The Arizona Interscholastic Association. You never, ever want to see anyone get injured.
Well, and it's been a hard-hitting game so far, Alex. Very competitive, especially at this JV level. So early on in the season with such extreme heat, you hope that in a situation like this, it's just a guy who's not necessarily in game shape yet, who's cramping up. Hopefully, nothing too serious for the down Desert Ridge player, but the full training staff is out there right now tending to him.
Back with you here after the injury timeout. Is still 15-12 in favor of your Highland Hawks. But Desert Ridge is threatening inside the 5-yard line of the Hawks.
Christopher Rubaclava, the man who was down for the Jaguars. He's able to get off the field, but with some serious assistance.
White in the pistol with Pruitt, gives the handoff. White barreling Pruitt into the end zone, it looks to be. And it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Desert Ridge.
Well,
and they take the lead back.
Well, Highland is saying they took the ball out, and I've not seen an official signal yet. There it is, touchdown.
I thought I saw one of the refs motion it earlier, but there was a little bit of confusion. I think he did let go of the ball once he had crossed the goal line. But if you're not catching it when you're running into the end zone, the front of the tip of the ball has to break the plane of the goal line, and the ball is ruled dead. Is a touchdown.
Any part of the ball, and I do believe Highland was able to rip it out, but it was clearly after Pruitt had crossed the line to gain, and it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Can't really blame them. They've been doing the same thing all night, and we'll see if they can get their first completed 2-point attempt here. White with Pruitt behind him in the pistol formation. One receiver to the far side, one to the near side. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throwing a lofted pass to the deep towards the back, a corner of the end zone, and it's good coverage by Highland, and it's really complete.
Yeah, that was a well-placed ball by White, but just better coverage there as they look to the back corner fade, trying to hook up with his trusty target, number 17, once more. But again, Alex, as you said so eloquently, perfectly played coverage by Hunter Stewart.
He's playing both ways tonight. Been the slot receiver, got a touchdown earlier, and he's playing DB.
Playing DB well, too, if I might add.
On their best receiver most of this game, but he's been quiet lately. They've gone to him a couple times, but since halftime, I don't think we've seen too many shots down that way.
That may have something to do with the fact that the safety, Hunter Stewart, has been assigned to bracket him along with a corner from the point at which he was killing them with that early touchdown catch, number 17. Stewart has been bracketing him the entire game, and since then, silence. Really good coverage there by Hunter Stewart to break that one up, and it's not the first time he's come up with a big play in the secondary tonight.
So Highland will get it back after they lose the lead. It's now 18-15 in favor of Desert Ridge with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter of play. It's been a good one here, and if you've been tuning in with us tonight, we're glad you're here for this JV Week 1 matchup. The Hawks and the Jaguars right here on the Highland Hawks YouTube page. Ready to kick it away, and it will be Pruitt to kick off. Fielded. They run that fake reverse again, and he's going to get not that far this time, taken down just past the 30-yard line. That was number 44, Stephen Trujillo, on the return.
Really good coverage, good job staying home for the Jaguars as they made sure they were not fooled twice.
1st and 10 coming from the 30-yard line. And we'll see a similar set. Gunnar Price trots out onto the field to direct the offense. Had a rough go of it in the turnover department rather today. But other than that, he's been pretty good through the air. He's connected with a couple deep balls, 2 touchdown passes. And we'll start in the single back formation. Takes the snap, gives the handoff, trying to bounce to the outside. He will fall forward towards the sideline. Gain of a couple on 1st and 10. Takes the snap this time, hands it off through the middle. With this, another short gain on 2nd down and 5. And first week of the season, everybody, we're getting the roster straight, and we've had the wrong person on our roster for the majority of this game. Quarterback for Highland is not Gunnar Price, it is Carson Allen. You see him stepping up to the line of scrimmage now. Allen with this behind him in the single back. Takes the snap, gives the handoff, and it's a first down. Hard running from Withis. First down, Hawks.
You said it, Alex. We've not seen much of Withis tonight, but right there, doing a good job of hitting his hole, getting to the second level, and making sure he fell forward for that first down. Been very impressed tonight with this Highland offensive line, both in the run and the pass.
Looks like it might be Brady Trejo in the backfield now on that last run, not Withis. Looking over the middle, and they'll call it incomplete.
Big hit on that play to just launch that football. Risky throw by Allen. Again, he throws off that back foot. Not too accurate into a tight window. Lucky there it wasn't intercepted, but huge hit in the secondary by the defender to dislodge that football. Good effort to make the catch by Landon Hahn.
So Steven Trujillo is now the back for Highland. Allen under center, takes the snap, pitches to Trujillo, trying to find some space on the right side, gains a couple, maybe about 4 yards on 2nd and 10.
For Trujillo on the run, good for 6 yards. 85.
Third and 4 from midfield for Highland. Shotgun formation. Takes the snap, Allen. Allen looking left. He's got his man, but he's way behind the line of scrimmage, trying to bounce to the outside, and he cannot. Tackled about 4 yards shy of the third down. Whitmore on the reception. Gain of a yard, and it will be 4th and 4.
This brings up an interesting choice for this coaching staff on whether or not they feel confident enough in their offense to go for it. Looks like they are right here as the offense remains on the field.
With this will be the back. Carson Allen, the quarterback, looks to be under center in the single back formation. Hunter Stewart running the slot on the left side of the line to the far side of your screen. Look for him over the middle. That's what they've been going to. Bread and butter. He'll be in motion. Jet sweep to Stewart. Trying to cut it back towards the inside, and the ball is loose, and it's taken over. And it's a turnover, the 4th for Highland on the night. And Desert Ridge takes over.
Really fantastic play there by, I believe, Dawson Rockers, as he shot in off the edge and was going to get beat, but he located the football and took it right away from that man in motion for the Hawks, Hunter Stewart. And right now it looks like the Jaguars have answered the call and are ready to pounce right back into this game and maybe put a little bit of extra cushion on that lead.
So Desert Ridge takes over. Robert White, the quarterback, handing off, and it's the speedy back. Number 4, Parker Freeman, spinning for about 5.
Run by Desert Ridge for gain of 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
They'll give him 4 on the spot. 2nd and 6 coming from the 48-yard line.
And right now sitting on
46, excuse me, from 44 rather.
Right now,
4 times a charm.
There we go. Right now, sitting on a little lead here as the moments dwindle in the third quarter. Highland is going to have to deal with the run because it looks like that's going to be a heavy dosage throughout the rest of the third.
Freeman scoots through the defense, falls forward to the first down marker. And it looks to be first down.
Alex, when you're running the ball like this, and that is how your offense is set up, you relish the opportunity in the second half because you know the defense is going to be tired, and it's going to become a lot easier for you as an offense to move the football. Right now with the lead, this is a prime position for the Jaguars.
Shotgun formation coming for Desert Ridge. White takes the snap, looking towards the left side, and he's got his man. That's number 14, Colson Myers. It's his first reception of the evening. Gain of a couple on 1st and 10.
Good job by Myers on the out route there to turn his head around, locate the football, and dig it out. Make sure he had the catch instead of trying to alligator arm it, stick his hands out there, and haul it into turnout field. He just made sure he had the easy 2 or 3 yards.
So it looks to be 2nd and 8 from the 36-yard line. We've got 2:46 left in the third quarter. Hand off to Freeman. Freeman bounces for the first down, tries to spin around another linebacker, and he's finally brought down and wrapped up at about the 25, maybe the 24.
And Freeman's down.
Yeah, he got twisted up there with the legs when he was trying to make that final spin move. Trying to get those couple extra yards of after contact. A guy who I love to watch who gets a lot of yards after contact is Eno Benjamin. He's such a low center of gravity on ASU last year. Could be one of the best backs in college football this year, and you see a little of that in Freeman.
Yeah, and hopefully he's all right, Alex. He was carving out a nice little role for himself here in this offense right now. Down on the field, they're looking at what looks like his leg. But, yeah, hopefully best wishes for Freeman as he was having a nice little night for himself.
Came in as that combo back. I mean, they didn't use him too much in the first quarter, but he got a couple carries in the second, now a couple in the third, and he's really made the most of it. He's got to be averaging at least 5 or some yards per carry.
Good news is he's able to get up and walk off under his own power, albeit with a little limp.
Two minutes, 36 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play. Man, I feel like we've been here forever for this third quarter. It's been a pretty slow-paced quarter as it goes. We still got 12 more minutes of action for you. Stay with us. This has been a great game tonight. Don't let anybody ever tell you that JV football is not interesting. White hands off to Pruitt, but play is blown dead. 1st and 10 from the 24. It'll either be moving forward or back. Looks like the ref's pointing towards one of the Highland Hawks players. We'll see the official call here. I didn't catch it. Did you, Peyton?
I did not, but the ball is not moved, so we'll start play up right where we began.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line for the Desert Ridge Jaguars. Takes the snap wide, hands off Pruitt. Pruitt trying to spin around a man, but a really good tackle.
That is how they teach it. Get lower than the guy across from you. Wrap up and bring him down. Perfect execution of the tackle by Ethan Daniels.
Really good job there, Ethan Daniels, wrapping him up.
Well, and that's the new wave of tackling to prevent head injuries. You use leverage instead of force to tackle the opposing player. Pretty much like a wrestler right there as he got the leverage on the play and uprooted the running back.
3rd and 10 from the 24. Here goes Desert Ridge looking deep towards 17. He's got some speed, and he catches it for the touchdown. Touchdown, Jaguars. They blew the coverage, and he made him pay. 17 with another touchdown on the deep ball.
Looked like a blown coverage, like you said. Cornerback stayed flat on the zone. Safety didn't pick it up in time, and that left a lot of room and a lot of real estate for 17 to run underneath that football and catch his second touchdown of the evening.
Well, it's now 24-15. A 9-point lead would be 10 with the extra point. There wouldn't be a significant advantage in going for 2 here, but that looks like what they're going to do. Pruitt behind White, takes the snap, hands off Pruitt. Pruitt stopped. And there's another silver lining for Highland, and it looks like involved was Brady Trejo of the Highland Hawks, and he tackled him 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, a 2-score game nonetheless, but correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. I do not believe that Desert Ridge has been able to get it in the end zone or convert on any of their point-after attempts at this point.
I don't believe so. They have 4 touchdowns, I think, and it's 24, so it would be 6-6-6-6.
And that is something that when you put the tape on in the coming days and take a look at your junior varsity team, you can be proud of, because when push comes to shove in the short yardage situations, they have been good. Now, between the end zones, a little bit of work needs to be done, but it's junior varsity. That's the whole point. Of course, the varsity team will be in action tomorrow. It'll be a fascinating season for them after losing so many starters off a team that was so close to going to the state championship. Of course, losing in heartbreaking fashion to 3-time consecutive state title winner Chandler High School.
And Peyton will have a lot more tomorrow night on just that game and what that game meant for the programs involved. They'll take it, and they will run the reverse this time. He's got some room to run, and he's up to about the 40-yard line.
Special teams has been how Highland has been able to stay in this game. Nothing changing there as they set it up the last 2 times. They've kicked it off, and that time they actually execute the reverse to perfection, getting the ball almost into plus territory in one foul swoop as they set up at the 49 of their own end.
Steven Trujillo did a good job getting up that far sideline, and they got the near midfield, just shy of the 50. Ball spotted on the Hawks' 49-yard line, 1st and 10 from there.
This is a huge drive for Allen and company. They need a response, and they need to give their defense some time to catch their breath.
Minute 36 left in the third quarter. Fakes the give. Allen throws it to the outside. And he'll get a couple yards. Another reception. First one for Landon Hahn, the receiver. Gain is 6 on the play.
And I like that play call after the interception the last time out for this offense. Get your quarterback some confidence with an easy swing route. Nice, easy 5 or 6 yards there. Puts them in a much more manageable situation on 2nd down.
2nd and 4 from the Desert Ridge 46-yard line. Takes the snap. Allen hands off. No, keeps it. Allen around the outside, and he's going to be sandwiched and driven out of bounds.
Read option play there. The quarterback elected to pull it out of the stomach of his running back. A lot of pressure faced in the backfield, but is somehow able to salvage about 2 yards to make this 3rd and short. Could be an opportunity here for Desert Ridge to bring a little bit of extra heat, try and get after Allen in the backfield.
So we'll be 3rd and 2 from the 44-yard line, maybe the 43. Generous spot, and flags fly.
Penalty flags have been killers in this second half for Highland. We'll see what this one is.
Will be a false start. And that makes a manageable 3rd and 2, a much longer 3rd and 7. And you're probably going to see a pass here, Peyton.
Well, Alex, if you're climbing a mountain, would you rather do it with 20-pound weights tied to your ankles or without any weight at all?
I'll take the latter option.
Right now, that's what this Highland offense is choosing. They're choosing to walk with the weights because they're having these self-inflicted wounds all over the place.
Takes the snap. Allen goes deep down the left side, and he catches it. And he's gone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Hawks. And it's a great reception in the 2nd of the evening for number 15, Ethan Whitmore. A huge play for Highland, and they're back in the ball game.
Penalty, no penalty, it doesn't matter when you got a burner on the edge like Whitmore. He played that deep ball perfectly, waited for it to come down, high-pointed it, and made the play. Perfect pass from Allen, and the Highland Hawks are right back in this one.
24-21 before the point after attempt, and it looks like they're going to go for the extra point here. They'll make it a 2-point game. If they convert, still within a field goal. If they don't, here's the kick. It's up, and it looks to be through the uprights.
Good composure in the face of pressure there by the kicker as the entire Highland special teams unit bared down on top of him, but cool, easy, breezy as he knocks it through the pipes.
We got to talk a little bit more about that play, Peyton. What a fantastic route run, and he just jumped over the DB almost to get that one.
We call it a 9 route, a straight go. The receiver knows he's running as fast as he can, straight down the field, and the quarterback's just going to put it up for him. We talked about it in the first half. It was a matter of inches between Whitmore and Allen getting that connection right. And the last 2 times they've gone down the field for it, it's resulted in scores each time. I don't think it'll be the last time they go back to that one, Alex.
Highland with 3 touchdowns on the evening, 2 of them courtesy of Ethan Whitmore. And between him and Hunter Stewart out of the slot, they've accounted for the majority of the air offense for the Highland Hawks. A lot of better composure, too, in the second half. I mean, from Carson Allen, the quarterback for Highland, had some trouble with the interception in the first half, but a really good rebound effort as now returning is Desert Ridge. Stuffed at about the 35, but he will fall forward. And he'll get towards the 40.
But revisiting that last possession, Alex, just for a moment, if you do not mind, again, we look at it, and it's set up by a special teams play. They run the reverse kick. It works, sets them up in good field position, and whenever things got hard on the third down, they felt like they were in range to take a shot at the end zone. They did that. It results in 6. Now they just got to get the defense to step up and get the offensive back here.
The other impressive thing about that catch was the breakaway speed from Whitmore. Once he caught it, he just blew past the DB and left him in the dust. Afterburners, as we call it.
The best receivers know that whenever the ball is in the air, they save it for the last moment, that extra gear where they can break on the ball and separate from the DB. Whitmore did it there. Literally could not teach catching the deep ball any better.
So White in the pistol formation. Hands it off, and it's a fumble, and that might be the one. Highland takes possession. Another huge momentum shift in this one, Peyton. And now Highland on the verge of taking the lead.
It's been the story of the game, Alex. It doesn't feel like one team can separate. Soon as it does feel like one of these two ball clubs is starting to put some distance between them and their opponent, a sequence of plays compound themselves and turn into another momentum shift. And all of a sudden, Highland, who looked like they were getting dusted in the third quarter and had lost momentum, have a really genuine chance heading into the fourth quarter to take the lead. Absolutely unreal.
Carson Allen comes out in a shotgun formation with 3 receivers, fakes the handoff, now throwing deep down the sideline, and he's almost got it, but it's incomplete. Now intercepted. Intercepted by Desert Ridge and 2 turnovers.
There is a flag, though, Alex.
We'll see what it is. If it's against Highland, they can probably decline it, and it will be their ball.
This is a big call upcoming. The flag came out pretty much simultaneously with the snap of the football.
Yep, he just pointed face mask on Highland. A personal foul, holding.
A tough break for the Hawks as it looked like they were about to grab a hold of this game and ride their way to the lead, but right there just a little bit too impatient throwing that football. Double coverage was rolling down on that cover 2 look from the defense of Desert Ridge. That means one safety is back in zone looking at the quarterback while the corner is in man with the receiver. They're able to get a tip on the ball, and you know what they say, tip balls lead to interceptions. That's exactly what happened there.
30.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play, and they'll start from their own 25. 1st and 10 for Desert Ridge after the turnover and interception by the Jaguars. 2 turnovers, 2 plays. White takes the snap, hands it off. Trying to bounce outside, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Covered very well by the defensive line of Highland. 64 looked to be in on that one.
Desert Ridge can hurry here and get one more snap off. But that could be the last play of the third quarter here, and it's been a wild one.
Highland started this one up 3, went down 9, and now is within 2 as we end the third quarter here in Gilbert. Desert Ridge 24, Highland 22. Peyton and Alex will be right back for the finish. Stay with us. It's been a great night here in Gilbert.
The lights are on as we come back. The sky is dark, and it is a fall evening. It's high school football. The Hawks of Gilbert Highland trail Desert Ridge 24-22 as we start the fourth quarter. Peyton Gallagher, Alex Gall here for the call here on Highland Hawks Sports Net. And Alex, it has been a thrilling 3 quarters of action as we carry on into the fourth.
Well, we've had a number of lead changes in this game. A couple deep balls for touchdowns. We've had a little bit of everything. We've had a bunch of turnovers as well. Whether you're a fan of either team, you've seen some really nice plays all night long.
2 receivers split to either side of the formation. Robert White in the gun. He'll throw the ball here. Immediate pressure. He lets it go over the middle. Finds his target, but it's incomplete. Good break on the football by the defensive back there for Gilbert Highland to dislodge that one.
A pretty good coverage from Highland there. And that's been the target all night. They've been double teaming him ever since they caught that deep ball in the first quarter. And Fisher K-Mac has been a big part of shutting 17 down. He burned him on that last touchdown. But besides that, he's been very quiet since the second half started.
Pivotal third down coming up. Quarterback Robert White takes the snap and drops back. He's in trouble. Lets it go high. Got a man. Finds him. It's cut. First down and more for Jacob Gomez on the corner route.
Yeah, that was a really good out route for Gomez and moved the chains on that one. Big deep ball just when they needed it, and White converted that beautifully. Nice throw.
Timed it up and moved the chains when his offense needed him, and now Robert White has Desert Ridge on the move. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line as they hand it off to the running back Freeman, and he's snowed under at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 3 different Hawks involved there. Looked like at the bottom of the pile was number 23, Hunter O'Havert. Well, it might have been 53. Bernard Davison.
So 2nd and long from the Desert Ridge half as they're trying to put a nail in this one and add to their lead. Nearly bobbled the snap, but White breaks away. Here he goes on the left side. A dash for the end zone. One man to beat. He cuts back, still in bounds, falling forward, and a huge play on the QB keeper for White.
Yeah, everybody was fooled from Highland. There was nobody even near him when he came outside the tackles. Had some huge space on the far side of the field, and he made the most of it. Nice juke to get outside the linebackers, and once he did that, he was pretty much gone, but a good recovery, at least from the secondary of Highland, to keep it for a 1st and goal set.
A pickup of 43 yards, and the chains move. It's 1st and 10 from the 12 of Highland, and the Jags are on the prowl once more from the red zone. 10 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. Gilbert Highland is trying to dig those heels in and make a crucial stop with their backs pinned up against the wall. Here's the snap, a handoff Freeman, and Freeman is pelted in the backfield, maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, Freeman's been pretty effective today. He's got a lower center of gravity than Pruitt does, but he's been pretty good. Stopped there, though.
We haven't seen much of Pruitt, Alex, in the second half. We've seen much more of Freeman, but he's certainly carried his share of the load here as it is 2nd and 9.
Right at the 10-yard line. They can get a first down.
Immediate pressure, and he is stacked up in the backfield. Big time hit as Freeman is rolled up for a loss. And again, it's 3rd and long. So far, we've seen effectiveness, Alex, from both the passing game and the running game on 3rd downs for these Desert Ridge Jaguars. What do you think they're dialing up here?
They're probably going to go either one of 2 things, I think, a keeper, or they're going to go outside to 17 because he's been their bread and butter. They might try that lofted ball to the far corner of the end zone. We'll see what they do. It is interesting, though, Peyton, because they could get a first down here. There would essentially be a touchdown because it would be inside the 1.
Fade route high in the air, batted up, nearly intercepted. Penalty flag comes out late.
But they did go right for that same one I was talking about, the lofted ball towards the back corner of the end zone. They were looking for their target, 17, and they couldn't bring it down. Good coverage.
We await the call. Just as you said, though, the fade route was on. Really nicely covered, though, by Gilbert, but it could be eradicated with a penalty in the area potentially for roughing the passer. A conversation being held between the men wearing stripes there.
Flag came in behind the line of scrimmage, which makes you think it was something up by the line and not pass interference or something on the offense down towards the goal line.
Personal foul against Highland, and I do believe it is that roughing the passer call as White got hit late on the play. And again, a back-breaking penalty for this Highland defense that thought they had just forced Desert Ridge into a 4th down situation. It'll be 1st and goal from very near the goal line. Spotted at the 6.
5:32 to go. They're only up by 2, but with a touchdown, they could make it a 2-score game, which would make it tough for Highland to come back. We've seen him come back, though, from that same margin earlier in the game.
They stick with the speedy back. Freeman in the backfield. He is behind White. In front of them is number 47, Daniel Miller. They'll hand it off to Freeman. Freeman is stacked up and brought down. This linebacking core for Highland has been very aggressive here in the second half, and again they come up with the play.
Yeah, Trujillo was in the area, but there was a couple other guys that grabbed the jersey of Freeman and just pulled him back towards the line of scrimmage. That's brute strength right there, and it caused him to only gain a couple.
The clock reads 9 minutes and 32 seconds, and now the dial-a-down says 4th down. Whole lot of stuff going on the field as the clock finally runs here. Believe they stop the play for a moment to get something sorted out.
I will say my apologies. From our vantage point, the right side is obscured, so it does look like a 5 from my vantage point.
The dial-a-down reads 4th down. I believe after the penalty it was a 1st down, but right here it looks like it's a big play. White trying to draw Highland off, and a penalty call, maybe for encroachment or offsides. It wouldn't be the first time that the hard count has worked for the Jaguars, and now they trot over to the sideline. Penalty is assessed on Highland. And it'll be 1st and goal from close to the goal line. That was a frantic sequence. Not quite sure what happened there, but after all of it, it will be 1st and goal for Desert Ridge.
All I can think, Peyton, is that the personal foul penalty is not an automatic 1st down in AIA football. That's the only thing I could attribute it to, because I think at the time it was going to be 3rd down, and there was 2 plays after that, so that must have been what happened.
Alex, I believe you've got it right on the head of the nail, but regardless, it is 1st down now after that confusing sequence, and both teams are in the huddles, as it looks like one of them has called a timeout, both of them only with 2 remaining now, and you'd think Desert Ridge would be content to run as many plays as possible here from in close as they try to bleed this game out. However, Alex, Highland has proven pretty stiff on the goal line so far today.
They're going to have to make a really big stand here. And we'll see what happens. It should be 1st and goal. But it looks like they're going to redo the down. 4th and 3, they're saying.
Not quite sure what's going on, but we'll roll with it. 4th and 3. The goal line only inches away for Desert Ridge. The finish line in sight for both of these teams. What will the future hold? We'll find out in a moment. 2 H-backs in the formation as they hand off to full head of steam. He's stacked up. I don't think he got there. And he is short. That should be a turnover on downs, or maybe not. I'm not sure. They just changed the dial-a-down again. And that is the case. A turnover on downs and a huge swing of momentum as Highland is able to get the ball back for their offense, only down 2 here in the 4th.
Yeah, linebackers jumped the gap there. They had it completely locked down. There was no room through the tackles. And they stopped them way short of the goal line. But now Highland's got to make a stand now, pinned inside their red zone, inside their own 5-yard line.
We will find out what quarterback Carson Allen has left in the tank as he tries to lead this offense 95 yards in the other direction to try and score the ball. Shotgun look here as he's flanked on the left by the running back. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. That running back is Aiden Withis. Snap high on the ground. Who's got it?
Safety. That's a safety.
A safety and potentially a bullet dodged. Obviously, you don't want to give up points here, but a touchdown may have ended the game in favor of Desert Ridge, and that is another mental mistake. So if you're going to look at this game in the rear view, Alex, Highland, if they are not to win, You have to look at the mental mistakes. That's another one.
Yeah, lots of penalties on Highland tonight, and that's something that always can hurt a team. And it's definitely hurt them tonight, but they have played very well in spite of some of those mistakes, and it's still going to be a close game. Now it's going to be a drop kick, and the defense is going to come back on the field for Highland. And if they can get a stop here, they do need a touchdown now because it's a 4-point lead. 26-22 is now the score. Desert Ridge with a 2-point safety, so they would get a touchdown, but with 6 minutes left to go, almost 7 minutes, 6:53 is on the clock. There's potential for a number of drives, at least 2 or 3 good ones. So this game is far from over, is my point, Peyton, and we've had a really exciting game of JV football here tonight at Highland.
And you can tell, Alex, it's early in the season. It's been sloppy, but it certainly has been hard fought. The passion has been there by both teams, and you can tell it matters to these kids. So as Desert Ridge prepares to field this kick with an opportunity to potentially nail this one down with a W if they can have a long drive ending in a touchdown, the Highland defense looks deep into their soul and tries to figure out what they can do to get the ball back for their offense. After just making that emotionally charged goal line stand with a whole bunch of laundry and confusion, the offense gives it right back to Desert Ridge, and the defense is going to have to dig deep here.
So I'm not exactly sure of the rules in high school football about drop kicks, or if he just gets to kick it off here. I think he gets to kick it off a tee.
But he's back at his own 20-yard line instead of kicking off from the 35 or 40 as he customarily does.
So in all intents and purposes, Desert Ridge should get pretty good field position off this kickoff, and we'll see how good it is.
Could potentially be a spot for an onside. He will kick it deep. It's Squid hopping high to the left, over the man's head, rushing back towards the ball is Gomez, and he just falls on it.
And that's huge right there. I mean, that puts him inside their own 30-yard line.
Alex only a yard shy of what it would have been with a touchback.
Well, that's impressive right there. I mean, the squib kick, he got the friendly roll, and it bounced over. It took one of those weird bounces just right over, and you can't really predict that, especially when the ball is bouncing right at you. It's like, if you're trying to hit a curveball, it just dives out, has a hop.
Like a shortstop trying to field a ball, it just
that was the metaphor I was
over
looking for. Exactly. Took a bad hop on him. There's nothing you can really teach there that would have fixed that. Unfortunate break for Desert Ridge, but Highland will gladly take it given the field position where they were kicking from.
Gomez able to hop on the ball and limit the damage, but it will be 1st and 10 from the 27 of Desert Ridge. Pruitt motions to the right of the quarterback, White. Direct snap to Pruitt. He takes it forward. A little bit of trickery there on a first down results in a 2-yard gain.
It almost looked like it was a mistimed snap because Pruitt was coming towards the snap, and it looked like White reached for it still, like he was going to take the snap. So it might have just been a botched play that ended up at least netting a couple of yards for the Jaguars.
Pruitt says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that." And he falls forward for a gain of 2, and the clock will run. 8 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the ballgame. I formation here as they hand it off to Pruitt. Pruitt is met at the line. Big play out of the secondary, flying in for the Hawks. That's number 44 again, Trujillo. That man's hair is on fire tonight.
He's had a number of big plays today. Stephen Trujillo has made a lot of impact plays for this Highland defense, and he's been pretty much everywhere. We keep saying his name, but it's because it's a testament to him how many plays he's been involved in, how many tackles he's been able to make.
Trujillo comes in as a nickel corner. A little bit of motion at the line of scrimmage, and I believe this is going to be another penalty on Highland here on this 3rd down.
I'd like to get the stats on how many penalty yards Highland has because it's got to be close to 100.
Well, check that. It's a false start, so the defensive player drawn off there, and I continue to say the exact opposite thing of what the refs decide to do.
Well, from our vantage point, it definitely looked like there was 2 Hawks that jumped, but what we can't hear from up here is the snap counts and if anybody else on the offensive. It only takes a flinch on the offensive line to cause a false start.
3rd and long, stepping up in the pocket is White, looking to scramble. He's in trouble. He goes down. A sack for Highland when they need it the most, and they'll bring up a 4th and long, and an interesting gamble potentially here from Desert Ridge if they choose to go for it like they have all night.
They're sending on the team.
And they're going to punt it here. They punted once before, and it worked out pretty well.
We'll see what they can do, but if you're Highland and if you're the coaching staff, you've got to be incredibly happy with what your defense has put together here in the second half. Just a fantastic performance from them in the second half. I mean, it's not always been easy. They've been gifted really bad situations off of turnovers, and they've been able to stand tall for the most part. I mean, yes, 26 points doesn't normally look like a great scoreline for a defense, but they've made some really big plays when it's mattered most.
And the Highland coach sprints down the sideline here. I think to call timeout, Alex, try and discuss exactly what he wants here on this 4th down. Make sure he's ready for a fake if it does come.
So we're in timeout right now, Peyton. If you were the Highland Hawks, what would you be doing here on this 4th down play?
Well, you got to make sure you don't get faked out and give up the 1st down, because that, although not ending the game, makes the order a lot taller and runs a lot more time off the clock. So the first thing you got to worry about is the fake. The second thing, obviously, you have to worry about is a return. I don't think they're going to go after this to try and block it. They could, but right now you just want to make sure your returner knows that if there's pressure in his face, just fair catch it, cut your losses, and get the offense on the field. Don't try and force anything.
Punt is away. The return man is Stewart. And he's going to let it bounce. It's going to take a friendly roll, and he's going to pick it up, try and roll it to the right. He's got some room. He's up to near midfield, and a great return for Highland. They've got good field position.
Gets it on to the opposing half of the field. Really well done by Stewart. He waited for the guys chasing the ball to fall asleep for a second as he thought, or they thought, I should say, it was just going to roll dead. He hops on the football, takes it to the edge. Great awareness there by Stewart, and he's been everywhere tonight as well.
6:56 left in this ball game, so quite a bit of time. Even if Highland was to not get a touchdown here, they would have time to come back in, even if they do get a touchdown, unless they find some way to take off 7 minutes of clock. There's going to be a time for a response here from Desert Ridge. So we've got a good ending brewing here, Peyton, as we start up again. Withy, he'll go to the outside, no gain.
Withis lost the ball, got it back. That was a scary moment for Highland fans and this team, as that could have been disaster.
It really could have been. And I bet Withis is thanking his stars. He got that one back and gives Highland a 2nd and 10 try from the 44-yard line of Desert Ridge. Carson Allen looks towards the sideline on the right side of your screen, getting the play call and talking to his running back Withis. Withis to the left of the quarterback, Allen in the shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes it, now throwing deep downfield for his receiver, Stewart, and it's a jump ball, and it's incomplete. And they've really been letting the receivers play tonight. The refs haven't really seen a lot of flags on that part of the game. Looked like there was a little bit of an injury there, but Stewart got up okay.
That has been a battle out there tonight, Alex, as Roman Mangini with another PBU pass breakup. Nearly picked that one off as well. Already had the 1 interception earlier in the game. Really good coverage there, sticking in the hip pocket of the receiver.
So that's the matchup to watch, and if I had a telestrator, I'd draw a big yellow circle around the guys on the bottom of your screen. Shotgun formation on 3rd and 10. Here's the snap. Allen rolling to his right. He's pressured, trying to throw out, throwing deep down the field, and it is nearly caught, but it will fall incomplete.
Really good effort there by the quarterback, Allen, just to get something up there so that his receiver had a chance. Unable to hook up, though. It brings up 4th down, and it looks like, although Highland has chosen to run fake punts in the past, they might be punting this one away and letting their defense handle the task at hand.
I mean, do you think they could go for it again?
They certainly could. They've shown, I'd say, a predilection to running different fakes and things on special teams, and they've done it well. It's not hurt them in the past when they've tried to fake it. And even if they do give it away and Desert Ridge does score, the one benefit is they probably burn less time in the process.
Sorry, I lost you at predilection.
There is the vocab word of the day. Add an extra $10 to my paycheck after this one.
Punt formation for Highland, and they'll spread out on the line of scrimmage.
Check out here and see what look the defense is throwing at them, whether or not they like a fake.
It's definitely a chess match right now. They'll look to punt it away, and they will. Punt is downfield, and it will be taken, and he's thrown to the ground at about the 30-yard line. So not terrible field position for Desert Ridge. And with the lead now, a 4-point lead, a field goal would make it 7, and a touchdown would make it a 2-score game. So if you're anywhere near the red zone, Desert Ridge is likely to go for it to try and make this a 2-possession game, because a field goal doesn't really do anything besides make it, if they were to score a touchdown, it would be a tie game in theory. Now I'm thinking way too far ahead.
Maybe a little bit. That punt, if we could go back to it for a moment, although not a good punt, it was high in the air. It could have been very dangerous. That thing hung up there for a while. Really good job by the returner just to hang on to that thing, make sure his team got the ball back. Defense is going to have to stand up really tall here for Highland. They do only have two timeouts, Highland does.
Wide in the backfield with Freeman on his left. Takes the snap, hands off Freeman. Freeman pressured in the backfield, trying to bounce it outside, and he will not be able to. No, he will. He's still on his feet, and he's going forward, and he's got at least a gain of 5 on the play.
Well, as frustrating as it is to give up the 4 or 5 yards that they did just then, Highland did a great job on defense there. They didn't tackle as well as they maybe wanted to, but when push came to shove, there were a lot of helmets at the football. Everybody rallied and ran to the ball and made sure that play wasn't a big one. Because if they had given up on it when it was in the backfield and it looked like he was going to get tackled, that probably is a touchdown.
2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line of the Jaguars. White with Freeman behind him in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the far side, none to the near side. They're going to try and blitz him from the right. Bubble screen out to the left side. Caught, and he's taken down by 4 or 5 Highland players. On the reception was number 14, Colson Myers, the junior. But he stopped quickly, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
And here is the chess match. When do you use those timeouts? They have 2 of them. The clock is running here with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Do you get aggressive, like, say, maybe a Herm Edwards, who is renowned for being aggressive in clock management, and use them now to give your offense the full gambit of time with about 4 minutes left? Or, here on this 3rd down, do you wait, you sit on it, and let Desert Ridge run time off the clock? It's an interesting decision, and it looks like they're going to go with the latter choice.
Loss of 3 on the last play, 3rd and 8. From the 32-yard line. White's looking at it, and they're going to need to call timeout. Play clock seems to be running down here, and they'll take timeout to talk it over. If you're in their huddle right now, Peyton, what are you calling? Desert Ridge.
Well, they've had success with a lot of different plays. So far, that deep pass down to 17 on the go route has not worked as of late with how Highland has been able to bracket that play. So right now, I'm calling a QB draw. I'm letting my quarterback let that blitz, which will inevitably come the way Highland has played him throughout this second half. I'm letting that blitz get in, and I'm having my quarterback take off and run the ball into open space. But we will see. That was an important timeout call because it is Desert Ridge's last. So if Highland is marching down the field here and they think Desert Ridge does that Highland is going to score, they can't stop the clock to make sure their offense gets the ball back.
Highland with 2 timeouts remaining. And 4:23 left in the ball game. And from the looks of it, Peyton, not a single soul has left this stadium.
Why would you? It's been a fantastic game tonight.
26-22 the score. 4:23 to go. 3rd and about 8 yards from the 32-yard line.
Cover 2 shell here for Highland.
White alone in the backfield. 5 receivers out there. And he's going to go deep to 17. No throw over the middle, and no one was home. Looked like he was going to intend to go deep off the left side to 17, but he pulled up the route early.
It looked like that might have either been a miscommunication in the huddle or an option route gone wrong as the receiver broke the route off before the quarterback could identify what he was doing. Just chucked it up there, but nonetheless, it does bring up a 4th down in a punting situation, meaning Highland is going to get the ball back most likely.
So punt team on the field. But we have seen some fakes in this game. None so far from Desert Ridge, but this would be a time to try one, wouldn't it be, Peyton?
Yes, it would.
And they will punt it away.
Who get out of the way?
And it'll take somewhat of a friendly bounce. Starts to bounce back towards the 40. And it's down right there. Inside the 40-yard line, it looks like Highland will start from their own 37.
Alex, those high, short punts can be so dangerous because as players on the returning team run back to set up blocking, they have their back turned to the ball, and it oftentimes bounces off the back of somebody's foot or something like that. That time, really good job by Hunter Stewart of getting everybody out of the way and making sure that one just fell harmlessly dead.
3:58 to go for Highland. This is likely the best last chance they're going to get. They might get another drive if they're able to use their timeouts effectively. They've got 2 of them left, and we got the double 2-minute drill coming up here. Single back formation for the Hawks. Carson Allen, hands off, trying to get through the middle. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more.
In these 4-minute, 2-minute drill situations, Alex, it is imperative to get the first down. It gets the blood pumping, gets your offense rolling, but this is oftentimes the swing point in these drives, whether or not in these 4 downs they're able to pick up the 10 yards they need.
Another single back set from Aiden Withus. And Allen, another handoff to Withus. It's surprising to see them do 2 run plays there because the clock is going to keep moving. We're at 3:22 now, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 yards.
I like it, though, Alex. With 4 minutes left to go here in this game and 2 timeouts, you got plenty of time to work with. There is no rush. If you think you have the right play called, go to the running back, change the pace of the game, and get the defense off balance. And right now they're in a 3rd and 5, not in a bad situation, maybe 3rd and 6.
Well, they might have been setting something up here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them take a pass at least a little bit downfield. Takes the snap, Allen. They will go downfield. He's going to go a deep shot down the field, and he will caught it! He caught it! It's a touchdown! Touchdown Hawks! And they take the lead inside the final 3 minutes! Cole Rudd with his 2nd reception of the evening, and it's the biggest one for Highland! An absolute bomb from Carson Allen down the field. Highland takes the lead.
That quarterback panicked. That ball was hanging in the air. He was stride for stride with Rude. He just jumped a moment early. Rude ran underneath it, and it was history. Take it to the crib, young man.
Cole Rude with the biggest play of the evening. Snuck behind the DB, and he was gone all the way for a touchdown. What a play from this Highland offense, and whoever drew that up, that was a heck of a play.
That was a straight-up who wants it more, who can execute better play. Straight-up 9-route go streak, whatever you want to call it. Rude beat his man down the sideline. The ball was placed well.
Kick is up, and kick is good. It is 29-26 Highland, and now 2:45 left to go. Desert Ridge will have a chance to tie or to win with a field goal or a touchdown, respectively. This one is not over yet, but what a play from the Highland offense.
It has been one of those games. You knew that some other twist of the tail was left in this one. Maybe that's the last one. Maybe it's not, but wow, what a scintillating 4 quarters of football to kick off our coverage this year.
If you think this is fun, you should join us tomorrow night for the varsity game. That one looks to be exciting as well, as reigning 6A semifinalist Highland come in tomorrow to face Alhambra off a 1-point loss in the semis last year, state semis. This program is on the rise, and we'd love to have you with us over our coverage, our live coverage, that is, of Highland Hawks football 2019. It's going to be a good year, Peyton. I'm excited for it.
It should be a spectacular season with a spectacular team, and it'll be fun working for you spectacular fans. I don't have enough adjectives to describe how excited I am for this season.
So just use one,
going.
Spectacular.
I used it a lot. I think it was 3 times.
3. But I've used it 2, so I can't make fun of you.
We're going to have a spectacular finish, if you don't mind if I use a 4th here. 2 minutes and 45 seconds here as we get ready to kick. Enough time to move the ball down the field, but no timeouts for the Jaguars. Nice kick.
It's a booming kick. It really is. He'll return from his own end zone.
And no, he won't, because in Arizona high school football, much like in many other states, if the ball does fall into the end zone, it automatically becomes a touchback. Rule put in a couple years ago to prevent injuries as kickoffs are often considered one of the most dangerous plays in the sport.
So Highland needs a big defensive stop here, or will we see some more drama in this stunner of a game? Like we said, I mean, it's a JV game, but it doesn't have that feel. The atmosphere has been great all night. Great fans on the sidelines, and it's a great atmosphere for high school football. You can tell everybody here in the stadium is just excited to have football back.
You're telling me these kids aren't excited to finally hit somebody who's not on their own team? This game has reflected all the intensity that's been building up throughout the fall camp.
Goes deep down the sideline, and it's a bit too long for 17. He was covered doubly by Highland once again.
Again, Highland is sticking in that cover 2 shell where the safeties are watching the quarterback. The corners are playing man-to-man coverage with the receivers, so when the ball is in the air, the safety has the ability to go up and locate it and make a play on it. So far, it's worked shutting down 17, but I have a feeling he's going to be very involved on this drive.
Second and 10 from the 25-yard line, throwing an out route, and he was able to come down with it, rather, but he's driven out of bounds short of the first down, gain of about 7.
That first completion is so big for a quarterback's confidence in a 2-minute drill situation like this. Just to get that pass and make this third down a lot easier on his offense was very crucial to the success of this overall drive. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the ball game.
We haven't talked a ton about Robert White tonight, but he's been very good as the quarterback tonight for Desert Ridge. He'd take the snap there, hands off Pruitt through the middle, Pruitt for a first down, and falls forward across the 30-yard line.
Well, now that'll move the chains to stop the clock while they reset, but you got to be very careful running the ball here as we stop at 1:58, because if he were not to get the first down, you're chewing off about 30 seconds there that you won't get back.
Clock starts the run now after the chains get set. 1:51 to go. Takes the snap on 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Rolling out right side, White pressured. White is brought down behind the line. And it was number 25, Max Yetter, involved first. Great play. And Highland makes another big defensive stop.
Little delayed blitz action up the A-gap by Allen as he came into the frame late, forced the quarterback out to his right. Yetter playing contain, shucked the tackle, and made the play in the backfield.
We've got a 3rd and 15 now. They're back where they started at the 25-yard line. Takes the snap. White going to go deep for 17, but he overthrew him. It's intercepted! Intercepted Highland! Coming back the other way, looking for a pick 6. He's going to go up the near side on it. Stewart, and he's driven out of bounds. Highland with possession, and a minute 3 to go.
Tie a ball on it, Mr. Hunter Stewart, the player of the game, no doubt. Whenever Highland needed a play, 11 in black and white was there to give it to him, and that doesn't change here. Put a ball on it, a minute and 3 seconds left, no timeouts for Desert Ridge. All they have to do now is kneel it out.
What a fantastic first game it's been, and it was, like you said, Peyton, that's the dagger, as Wayne Larrabee would say, the Green Bay Packers. Great play. And it was a miscommunication between 17 and the quarterback. He came for the post route. Quarterback threw the out route, White did. And it was nobody home except the safeties. And the DB, Hunter Stewart, makes the play. And they'll kneel it down.
What a game. What an absolutely phenomenal way to kick off this year. You telling me you didn't miss football? Well, if you didn't, you're glad to have it back now. What a game. This is what it's all about. These high school kids just going out and competing their tails off. And today, Highland, the better team, but Desert Ridge really showed out and gave them a good test.
29-26 Highland, 36 seconds to go in this one. It might take 1 or 2 more kneel downs. Under centers, Carson Allen. Victory formation, not quite, but he will kneel it down the same. 23 seconds to go, and they might need to do it one more time. The players excited on the sidelines, and that will be it. The Highland Hawks JV opens the season with a big, thrilling win over Desert Ridge. The final score, Highland 29, Desert Ridge 26.
And Alex, this game not always pretty, certainly not perfect for Highland, but this sport is all about getting knocked down and finding a way to get back up and continue to compete. At its very core level, that's what it's about. That's what happened tonight. Highland, despite all the mistakes, all of the self-inflicted errors, was able to get up and find a way to win this game, and what a game it was.
Fantastic performance from these guys, and you got to be excited. And even if you're the losing side on this one, it definitely hurts for Desert Ridge, but beginning a new season, getting back on the field, both these squads really seem to enjoy playing football tonight, and you could see it in the passion in which they played.
Well, if anything else, Alex, it certainly whets the appetite for the big show tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be right back here, Peyton, for tomorrow night is Highland Hawks, your Highland Hawks host Alhambra tomorrow night. We'll be live with a pregame show, and we'll be live for the first kickoff of the 2019 varsity season. Head coach Brock Farrell entering his 4th season here at Highland High School, and it's going to be a good one. We're happy to bring it to you right here on the Highland Hawks TV network. For Peyton Gallagher, for Travis Whitaker, for Jack Johnson, for the rest of our entire crew here tonight, this is Alex Gall signing off from Gilbert, Arizona. The final, Highland Hawks 29, Desert Ridge 26.
That was so good. High five. Good shit.